Yo, what is up, guys? We are back. You feel me? And we are in a building. Little bit of post Christmas action. We had to get one in for you guys before New Year's, man. Since we're all doing our thing for New Year's, we will be off again. For those that don't know, if you guys didn't catch my post on Instagram, we will be off again until about January 4th. We're going to return January 4th. We're going to have the next couple days off so everybody can enjoy the New Year's with their family, ring in the New Year's, work whatever couple days they got to work, and then get back into the flow of the routine of their lives. So for everybody that's here, shout out to our usual crew. You feel me? We got Mr. Ben Bolio in the building. We got Tyler, Mr. Bears Wire, and the one and only you guys already know, Mr. WTHHS himself, Nero. You guys already know we here. And I'm excited. I've been itching to do a podcast. I was with my family for 3 days. We had a good old time, man. It was awesome. We had my uncle's birthday was after Christmas. Then I had celebrated with my aunts, my uncles, my parents, my sister. It was awesome. Had a good time. How was you guys' Christmas? What did you guys do before we get into the sports stuff? Tell me about how you guys' Christmas was individually. You guys can go however you guys please.
Sat back, relaxed, watched some basketball, watched some football.
Hell yeah.
Basketball. It was smooth, but other than
That
that,
shit was lit.
Yeah,
NBA was lit. I can't hold you.
Shout out to
NFL
Jokic.
was real disappointing. Yep.
Yeah, it was. Jokic had a great game. I feel bad for Jokic now, but if you take it back a week before, Jokic, he was that man on Christmas. I'll tell you that. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Ben, I'm pretty much the same as Nero. I pretty much just watched football, basketball, hung out with my family. Pretty much it.
Hell yeah.
Literally the same. I think it's the same for everyone. Just lay back, doing my own thing, spend time with family, watching sports, everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. I had such a good time. Before we get into the NFL stuff too, like NBA has been awesome lately. Like NFL's been cool. It's been great. We got the playoff race and scenarios for you guys coming up here. This is going to be an awesome pod, so I hope you guys are ready for this one. But I will say, like, dude, the NBA has been awesome. It looks like the Thunder aren't necessarily clear-cut favorites anymore. The Spurs gave them that ass whooping 3 times this year so far. And the Spurs look like
they have 6 losses on the end, 3 times on the Spurs.
Yeah, the Spurs look like a legit contender, man. I will say that. They do look like a legit contender. This is an interesting team. Victor Wembanyama is obviously the defensive player of the year candidate right now. Number one. There's like nobody. I seen a clip. It wasn't even a clip. I played the Warriors. I was watching this. Yo, I watched this man chase Curry around the whole court and take him out of a whole possession. Like doing that at 7'4" is 7'5", however tall he is, bro, is like what. It's scary. It's wild. And we might be looking at the next. It's possible, depending on how many rings he wins and how many accolades he stacks up. But like, we might be looking at the next Michael Jordan, LeBron James type of player, and we don't even know it yet. Hopefully he can stay healthy. But the stuff that this kid's doing is absolutely unreal. And I think that there's a lot left to be desired for the Spurs. They have a crazy young core. Like if you look down the roster, the path of the roster. Stephon Castle's young. Devin Vassell is young. You got Dylan Harper, who's balling out as a rookie right now, finding his 3-point shot, which is scary. There's so many bright spots. Luke Cornett has been an awesome role player. Shout out to Luke Cornett, former Celtic. Love him, his play style. I wish we could really use Luke Cornett right now. Honestly, as a Celtics fan, we probably could. So,
you definitely could.
Shout out to the Spurs, 1,000%. The Spurs have been killing it for sure.
And no, they got the veterans too. I mean, Harrison Barnes. It ain't like Harrison Barnes and nobody. He's won a championship with the Warriors back in the day. And you got De'Aaron Fox. That De'Aaron Fox trade at last year's deadline has paid off for these young guys. So that team right now, that's if you had to pick one team right now to really go toe to toe with the Thunder, and they've done it so far, it got to be the Spurs. They do.
Yeah, and we'll see what Denver does these next 4 weeks. As you guys know, Nikola Jokic is out with a hyperextended knee. He's going to be reevaluated in 4 weeks, which means he could be out up to 6 to 8 weeks in general. So that was another team that I felt like could compete 1,000% with the Thunder. You know, they've been awesome this year. The Cavaliers are frauds as per usual. They've struggled a lot. I think we'll talk about this more on the Amari Scott show coming up after New Year's. But, you know, it might be time to trade Darius Garland. It might be that time.
It might be. It might be.
It might be. Sad to say, because him and Donovan Mitchell are great together, but he's too inconsistent for what the goal they're trying to accomplish, and he's always hurt. So maybe you try and trade him, get a piece for him, and if you can't get a piece, I mean, get a pick. You know, that's the worst that can happen. But, I will say before we get into everything else, for those that are watching, I want to show you guys something quickly, just because this is pretty important. I feel like for anybody watching, this is a very vital thing for you guys to take a look at here. So this year, guys, we will be launching a website. So for those of you that don't know, we've been working very hard on this for the past about 5-6 months. It's taken a little bit, but you know, we got a lot of stuff for you guys. You know, you guys will see our homepage here, you know, with our slogan, Let's Get Negative. You guys already know. I got to go record a Let's Get Negative soundbite in the studio. A little bit of programming here. If you guys don't see, you guys can see live game scores when you guys go on there. So first thing when you scroll down, 76ers playing the Grizzlies right now. Celtics playing the Jazz right now. Devils playing the Leafs. All these NHL games. Then you got the NFL final scores from this past week. You know, Cowboys, Commanders, yada yada yada, all that stuff. It's awesome. I've been programming this for a while. Then you guys are able to also become members. It's odd that the Twitch is not showing up even though we're live on Twitch, so you guys can't see that right now. But eventually this will be fixed so that when you guys go on the website and whenever we're live, you can see that we're live on Twitch. I have to create a YouTube API so that you guys will be able to see it right next to here on this part. There will be a YouTube one too eventually. But as you guys can see, you guys can click on the YouTube. It'll take you straight to our YouTube. And we are right there on YouTube. You guys can see it and it says that we're live. So you guys will always be able to watch us on YouTube. This is going to be our main blog page. This is mostly going to be for me, Nero, like the Boston page, because you know, Bay State Media. This is gonna be mostly us. We got some other pages though. You know, shout out to Nero and Tyler. They're gonna have. I'll show you guys some special stuff here in a second. This is gonna be our page. No news for now, just obviously because we haven't really done it. But every day, you guys will be able to see news stories from different places. Fox News, Sporting News, Marca, Clutch Points, On3.com, Tacoma News Tribune for the Seahawks and out there in Washington. You got, you know, Jackson Dart projected to add a major weapon for the first round of the draft. This is updated every day. So you guys will be able to see updated news every single day. We got the NFL standings updated. You guys will be able to see this every single week. It will be here. You know, we got some updated standings, you know, and I'm excited to get into that with you guys today about the playoff scenarios. And my favorite part, we got a sports news page for you guys. Prospect scouting reports. Shout out to Ben. Shout out to Smoked. Shout out to Luke. Shout out to Nova. This is going to be fucking awesome. You guys are going to get some hockey scouting reports every single fucking day. They go so hard. If you guys haven't followed, you guys can follow on Instagram. You click it. The Instagram comes up right here, and you guys can go follow Prospect Scouting Reports. They post goals from different prospects. They watch these games to make sure they catch the goals. They work really hard on this stuff. They've been doing this for over a year now, right? You guys have been doing this for...
Yeah, we started a lot of December.
So they started that. It's over a year now since January is coming up. You know, the NCAA hockey, you got Canadian Hockey League. That's not updated yet. We're going to get that updated, but we also have IIHF, you know, Canada, USA, Slovakia, Czech Republic, Sweden, Finland. They're all playing right now in the IIHF World Junior Championships. You know, days 1 and 2. You can go here. It'll show you right here. Days 1 and 2. It's been awesome. Shout out to Canada and the US. Been playing great. Then you go back and you guys can see the other blog pages. This will prospect scouting reports will probably have its own blog that you guys will be able to see. They'll probably do things like prospect of the week or whatever, or prospect of the month, whatever the case may be. You guys will be able to see that. But shout out to Nero, Mr. What the hell is happening in sports? He's in the building. You know, he's always with us, guys. You know, he's always in here. You guys will be able to access his page. He covers the Pats, the Celtics, the Red Sox, and the BC Eagles for the most part. But also, you know, he's got What the Hell is Happening After Dark. He does a pop culture podcast too as well. For anything Boston sports for those teams specifically, you know, he's got all of the news here for you guys, whether it's the Eagles, whether for basketball or football, whether it's the Celtics or the Patriots or the Red Sox. You know, baseball season hasn't started yet, but this is where you guys will be able to get everything what the hell is happening in sports. So for all the Boston fans, you guys will be able to go follow him directly right here on what the hell is happening in sports. We bring you guys final scores every day from the Celtics between me and him. We do the Celtics final score. Sometimes we do a little bit of evaluation. Sometimes when I'm on what the hell is happening in sports. So you guys will be able to see that live on Twitch. When he goes live on Twitch, you guys will be able to catch him on Twitch. YouTube, whenever you guys want to watch him, he does late night pods and he posts YouTube shorts too as well. You guys want to catch some updates on the Patriots, on the Red Sox, on the Celtics, on the Eagles. He's here. He gives it to you. He gives you some takes. Welcome to the NFL, Efton Chisholm. I like that reel. That was awesome. He had a great game. You guys will be able to see that on his YouTube. So, you know, clap it up real quick again for Mr. What the hell's happening sports. And then we got, you know, as you guys know, that's been watching lately, I've been really invested in the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears are awesome. I've always been somewhat of a Bears fan. You know, shout out Jay Cutler, shout out Caleb Williams, you know, shout out Justin Fields. You guys are gonna be able to catch Bears news every single day. Tyler and his buddy Braxton, right? Correct?
Yep.
Yeah, Braxton, they run a Bears wire. You guys are going to be able to see this every single day. Tyler has collabed with us a lot, and you guys will find me on the next episode of the Bear With Us podcast, which you guys go and you click here. You guys go straight to the podcast. It'll get you right here on Bear With Us, a Bears Wire talk show. So you guys will be able to listen in and tune in there. Tyler's been an awesome addition to Bay State Media, so this is awesome. And remember, guys, we are a media collective. As many pages, as many shows we want to add, we can add. We want to be able to put people out there so you guys are able to see all this stuff. And this is going to be a first. You guys are getting a first-hand account look of all this stuff right now. Tyler will have a blog when you guys click on the Bears community. He'll have a blog on there. He'll write with Braxton and his team, and they'll have their blog on whatever they want to write about. You guys want to go follow Bears Wire on Instagram. If you like the Bears, say you want to say fuck the Packers and fuck the Lions. You know, you guys can go on here. You guys can follow Bears Wire. You know, they got 1,600 followers. They do a lot of collabs with the Chicago sports pages. They got content every single day out on here. So you guys gotta go tap in. You guys gotta go tune in. In other news too, Mr. Ben is a Canadiens fan, as you guys know. Ben, this is awesome. This is a huge step forward for those. He has his own personal page. For those that are hockey fans, he has his own personal page. You guys are going to be able to go to Canadiens Corner. If you guys want to follow Ben's personal Instagram is right here, pulled up right here. Click on the little Instagram, follow on Instagram. Ben posts game day graphics every day. He does collabs with other hockey pages. He's always staying active daily. He's always making a post. So if you guys want to go on there, you guys want to go check out some Canadian stuff. You guys like hockey. He's going to have Canadiens news every day. It's updated. He's going to have NHL news, just general NHL news if you guys like general NHL news and prospects. This will be updated with Montreal Canadiens prospects, so you guys will be able to see that. A lot of Ivan Demidov. Shout out Ivan. A lot of Lane Hudson, you know. So you guys tune in. You guys like hockey. You guys like the Canadiens or anybody that's watching, tap in. And you guys already know, the black and gold. You guys already know the Spokes B Center. That is our hockey podcast. For those who like the Bruins or you like hockey in general, Spokes B Center is everything hockey for you. You guys want to tap in. You guys want to tune in. You guys want to go see anything that has to do with hockey. You can go in Canadiens Corner. You can go in Bruins News. And if you're just invested in the Bruins right here, all you got to do is just come up with an idea, and you guys can send it to us. And we're trying to get a little bit of a fan-made blog going on for the Spoke B Center page, because we love our Bruins over here in Boston, man. Boston sports, we got the biggest pride in the world. I don't care what anybody says. You could say Real Madrid. You could say Barcelona. You could say Manchester City. You could say any other team, AC Milan, Napoli. You could say whatever, but Boston is the number one most prideful sports city in the world.
Yes.
So I know there's not a lot of people that are going to be able to compete with that, but I will say, this right here is going to be our pride and joy. This is going to be awesome to go out with. We're going to add the YouTube link so you guys will be able to click directly on the YouTube link to go there. But yeah, for the most part, and last but not least, he's not in here with us today, but Mr. Rizos, Mr. Spoke V Center himself. He has a baseball prospect report page. If you guys are into baseball, you guys want to learn about baseball prospects, you guys want to learn about some baseball in general, you guys are able to go on here and you guys can see he has his own baseball prospect report page. Now he's going to have scouting reports. He's going to have prospect analysis. As you can see on the prospect analysis right here, there's some stuff from Fangraphs. Fangraphs is huge on analytics for baseball, so if you guys are interested in that. But also, each season, Mr. Spoked B Center, Mr. Ristos will have a top 50 prospects each year, and these player cards will be updated for analytics for you guys to go look at that, and you guys will be able to see that. So shout out to him, man. He's been killing it with the baseball stuff. He's always active, and his show makes a return and makes a debut very soon. So you guys will have a baseball prospects report show for Bi-Coastal Baseball. Bi-Coastal Baseball podcast will probably be the next one. There will probably be a podcast page, so you guys can always be updated on when we release podcasts and all that stuff. So you guys will be able to see that. We got, as you can see, NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL. You guys are able to see all this stuff. Tells you, Eastern Conference, Atlantic, whatever, the basic information. Team stats, the schedule, obviously it says 2024, 2025. It's not updated yet. We're not finished, chat, but it'll have the roster, the team stats, everything through each game. The NFL is more updated, so just to give you guys a look, as you can see, Patriots beat the Jets recently, 42-10. We'll get into the Patriots a little bit later on in the podcast, but you can see upcoming games, previous games, completed games. They have every single game from this year so far, so you guys are able to see that in case you guys missed something. You guys can go and you guys can see the scores from earlier on in the year. So, with that being said, too, last but not least, just before we move on to football, you guys are going to be able to sign in. You guys can click your favorite teams. There will be a My Favorites tab where you guys can follow all your favorite teams, and you can click follow on each team and register. Now, I have to remove this because regular people should not be able to register as an admin. That would be fucked up. But this is just a preview. You guys will be able to narrow everybody else. Ben, Tyler, you guys will be able to edit your blogs. And if you guys want to go on here, you guys will be able to follow admins on here. Just like our Discord. If you guys don't have us on Discord, we have academies. So each person will have an academy page. You guys will be able to run your own page. So hopefully you guys like it so far. This is what we have so far. Hopefully it's going to be out by January 3rd, so all you guys can get on here. You know what I'm saying? So, we've been working hard for you guys, but let's get fucking right into it. I'm excited, man, because last 2 weeks of football, they've been two of the most exciting weeks of football we've had all season. All season. And, I'm going to start off hot. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep it short and sweet. The NFC North 2-week battle. This has been crazy. In week 16, you had the Los Angeles Rams play the Seattle Seahawks, a 38-37 nail biter. Matthew Stafford, 450 yards. Puka Nacua, 225 yards. They went crazy. And you also had a little bit of I guess you could say, a revenge game. Because the Bears, man, they go and they beat the Green Bay Packers. at home. They get their revenge. Caleb Williams, 250 yards. DJ Moore with almost an 100-yard game. You know, Tyler's been talking a lot about getting DJ Moore involved. Look what happens when you get DJ Moore involved, you know? So with this NFC North battle, and the Lions have unfortunately played their way out of playoff contention. The Detroit Lions lost to the Minnesota Vikings. Sheesh, bro. I like honestly, if you told me that that was gonna happen, like I would have never believed that that was gonna happen. To be honest with you, but it's it is a little refreshing because Jared Goff's the fraud. He's a fraud. Yep, Jared Goff is a fraud. He's a turnover king. We all know that to be true. But looking at this week too, Seattle beat Carolina 27-10. It was a struggle game for Sam Darnold, but nevertheless they got the win on a late start. Then you got Chicago, San Francisco. We're gonna get into that one. That game was fucking crazy. Honestly, there's been too many times we've come on here and said game of the year. That game was actually that game was really the game of the year. Like I know we had week 1, the first game of the season, Ravens Bills was insane, but this game generally was, and then we had Seattle Rams last week. There's nothing that probably competes with those 3 games, honestly, all year. And
maybe the closest thing is the tie between the Packers and the Cowboys.
I don't know.
That would.
I don't know
but that would be outside of 3.
San Francisco, Chicago was a straight shootout. Seattle, the Rams was a straight shootout. Like it was just back and forth. You didn't know who was gonna do what. So getting into the NFC North 2-week battle, I have a really interesting question for you guys. And the Seahawks, they've been a little concerning, right? You could say this guy is a choke artist. And I don't like what he brought to the table against the Panthers. It actually was pretty concerning what he brought to the table. So my question to you guys is, can Sam Darnold play 4 quarters of elite football in a playoff game after beating the Rams and having a bad game? Not a bad game, but a mediocre game against the Panthers.
I'm not sold on Sam Darnold.
Oh,
I'm not. Regular season wise, up until like week 17, week 18, that's fine. Like you can get that out of him, From when crunch time starts and after what went down last year in the playoff game against the Vikings and them losing to the Lions also the last week of the year last year. Yeah, I don't know what Sam Darnold has to do mentally to really be locked in and tell himself this is a do or die game, because he just hasn't proved it yet. I'm telling you, he got that Thursday night game again, like Amari mentioned, arguably could be the game of the year. Just like the Bears and the 49ers this past week. Those are 2 of the game of the years. That first game on Thursday night, for them to come back, all it took was Rashid Shaheed changing that game. If Rashid Shaheed never did that, it would have been a Seahawks loss right there. You know what I'm saying? Like there has to be there. I don't know what it is, but when it comes to him in crunch situations, it's either him throwing a pick or he can't do anything else because he can't. Like he's not a Lamar Jackson, he's not a Josh Allen, so he's not gonna really make things do with his legs like that, right? It's relied on the arm. If that's not there, Sam Darnold doesn't have anything else really to go for him. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of these things that if he just wakes up and actually has the confidence, he can play. He can be a good quarterback and win a playoff game. But now what happened on Thursday night in that win? They got the win, yes. But how we look at the Panthers, you just don't know what you're going to get out of him. You really don't. Right. You really don't. And if he's throwing picks left and right, shit, you have no hope unless that defense steps up and gets those picks back for him to do something. You don't know what you're going to get for Sam Darnold, really, right? Once the playoff starts. So that's it for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Tyler, what do we think, man? Talk to me.
Yeah, I don't know that I trust Sam Darnold either, especially in big games, because when you look at last year too, back in week 18 when they played the Lions, when they went to Detroit to play for the division, they shit the bed, and he shit the bed in Detroit. And then in the playoffs against the Rams, they couldn't even score 10 points. So in these big games, Sam Darnold's history, it's not good. So I don't know that I can trust them. Their defense, like Nero said, their defense can hold them up. I don't know if Darnold can play 4 quarters of elite football in the playoffs. I don't know.
Hey, you know it's so funny too, Ben. After you go, there's another question. You might have brought it up a little bit before, but Ben, how do you feel?
I feel the same. It's just like if you can't put like 4 quarters of elite football in like a regular season game, why can't make you think that you can do it in a playoff game? Like what makes you think? What makes you think you can do that in an even more important game?
Exactly.
Literally.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, you look at this situation too. Ben, if you want to start doing solos, you can do the solos because I gotta do the sounds. But yeah, I mean, listen, man, I don't think so either. I think it's a little premature. You know, everyone jumping on the Seahawks bandwagon. You know, shout out Micah. We got Micah in our group chat on Instagram. You know, he's a Seahawks fan, and I'm just not sold. I'm really just not sold. And you know, it's nothing to take away from Sam Darnold and what he's accomplished. I think he had a rough go in his beginning of his career. I mean, playing for a Jets organization that has had nothing to fucking play for in 10 plus years and being subjected to that and not getting help, and then going to Minnesota where he went 14-3, great in the regular season. The playoffs came, and like we already saw, you know, he just wasn't ready for the biggest moments of his career. And I feel like at sometimes in some of these games too, when the lights are too bright, the first half is tough for him. Like when we watched that, I don't even remember what game it was. It was not the Rams game, but I think it was the week before that, or maybe the week before that even. It was one game where he just kept turning the ball over. He might have even had 2 to 3 picks in the first half. And it's just like, if you're going to lead this team to a Super Bowl, which this team should be a Super Bowl caliber team, the defense has shown up for them a lot. The defense has done a lot for them. And I think that you look at the situation, and Sam Darnold, my brother, you are not going to get the job done. That's just the God honest truth. Like, I think we look at Sam Darnold the way we look at Jared Goff.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the sad part. And, you know, I think, you know, another team that, you know, even though he beat them, I think this is the question too as well, that we should pose this question to this team as well. Are you guys concerned about the Rams' Week 17 performance?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
It's not even a question.
Why are you guys concerned?
Well, I'll start it off. With a defense like that, there's no way Bijan Robinson should put up over 200 scrimmage yards for them. If they want to be a Super Bowl defense, you can't let Bijan Robinson single-handedly beat you. You can't. You have to force somebody else to beat you, right? Bijan Robinson, just like what he did Monday night against the Bills early on in the year, literally the same fucking play, the same run. What? He scored an 80-something yard touchdown against the Bills. The same play, he scores a 93. If you're watching film, you should have watched film on that and try to stop. Because again, the same fucking play. You got to be able, if you're the Rams, you have to be able to take their best player out the game. And they didn't even do that. And honestly, Matthew Stafford was looking like fucking Sam Darnold out there seeing ghosts. Like he's throwing 50-50 balls, and you have Jesse Bates back there. What are you doing? And you can't forget about Xavier Watts as a young rookie. He's similar built to Jesse Bates. So you have to be, if you're Sam Darnold, you should have treated that game as a game. Okay, we're gonna treat this like a playoff game to get ready for the playoffs. They treated that like it was a week 1, week 2 game and didn't give a fuck. Now, thank the Rams, thank his defense and Jared Verse for bringing him back into that game, because that was the only hope. If you're just dependent on Matt Stafford to do what he did, and Jared Verse didn't do what he did, and the defense didn't make a couple plays, they probably would have got their ass kicked by even more points. It probably wouldn't have been a field goal game. It probably would have been a 10, 15-point game if none of that happened. So I'm concerned on the Rams, and I tell you, now that the Rams have showed their weakness for the last couple of weeks, they're gonna be out for the hunting. People are gonna hunt them come the first week of the playoffs.
Yeah, Yep.
Honestly,
Absolutely.
honestly, could have said better myself. I can't even lie. I can't even lie. I can't even say. This is literally. You don't. You're supposed to be a good defense. You don't have a point and a half. Like be for real.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it. e-
Yeah, you're supposed to be a good defense. You lose it by 21 and a half, and you don't even score. That's an issue here. So
Here's my thing, right? I'm actually not even worried. I'm not even worried. This Falcons team has looked different with Kirk Cousins at the helm. And we're very well could be having a conversation if Kirk Cousins played the whole entire season, we very well could be having a conversation the Falcons could make the playoffs. For real.
No, that's fair.
Michael Penix might not be the answer. They might have wasted a draft pick. That's the saddest part. They might have wasted a draft pick. And I didn't really like Michael Penix coming out of college either too much. I wasn't a big fan.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not because he's not a good football player. It's not because there's just certain things in the NFL as a quarterback you need. And right now, I just never thought he really had that. And he's shown that it's been a struggle. I mean, the Patriots shut them out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a defense that was a bottom 20 pass defense all the way up until the last couple of weeks because of the competition that the Patriots have played and the quarterbacks they've gone up against.
Right.
And, there was a fucking debate in our group chat, in our public chat, or Patriots fans about, oh, well, we beat the Falcons and the Rams lost. Yeah, you didn't play Kirk Cousins. That's the difference.
No, that's true.
You didn't play a quarterback that's won a playoff game and gone to the playoffs and had winning seasons. So for me, I think that I'm not concerned. This is a guy who just beat the Buccaneers and might have a hand in knocking them right out the playoffs. He might have a hand in that because the Buccaneers needed to win that game. That was a very vitally important game. And if the Panthers don't lose that game that they lost during that, I think it was that week or the week after, the Panthers would be clear cut in the playoffs right now with one more win. And I think that this is a situation where we look at the Rams, and I'm not also concerned. I don't think it bothers me. Atlanta's pass defense is one of the best pass defenses in all of the NFL. It's a top 10 pass defense. Matthew Stafford, he turned the ball over too many times. And as much as I love Matthew Stafford, sometimes he has done that. And, this shouldn't be, and I also think Matthew Stafford's still the MVP. I can't take the strength of schedule from Drake May seriously. I can't. I'm not knocking what Drake May has done. I'm not diminishing it whatsoever. But when you're Matthew Stafford and you're going up against teams like the Lions, you're going up against teams like the Eagles, you're going up against teams like the Seahawks, and you're playing great teams week in, week out, and you're putting up these types of numbers, you're putting up 450-yard games, 269-yard games, 270-yard games on some of the best pass defenses. I just don't think that it's time to panic. I don't think it's time to panic. I just think that this was a bad game. I think that this is a team that, has shown throughout all season. They've beaten the Texans. They beat the Colts when the Colts were still 100% healthy. He put up 375 yards on the Colts. They lost to San Francisco in OT, but he had 390 yards. They beat Baltimore. They beat Jacksonville. They split with San Francisco. They ended up beating San Francisco 24-26 in week 10. They beat Seattle 21-19. They ended up splitting with Seattle. They beat Tampa Bay 34-7. They beat Detroit 41-34, a team that they had a hand in now knocking out the playoffs. I just think that it's just too premature to sit here and panic. And take it for what you will. Atlanta, like I said, Kirk Cousins has played his ass off, man. And I don't want to take anything away from Kirk Cousins just because he's old or whatever the case may be, but he's not Phillip Rivers old, man. He's not. And you got to think about the wins that the Falcons have had the last 3 weeks, right? The Buccaneers, the Cardinals, the Rams. He hasn't played slouches. I mean, other than the Cardinals. Cardinals are slouches. But the Bucs, in hindsight, you compare where the Falcons should have been, or excuse me, you compare where the Falcons were and where the Bucs were at the time, the Buccaneers should have won this game. And the Falcons won, and Kirk Cousins willed them to a win. And drive after drive led them down the field. And even in this game against the Rams, drive after drive led them down the field. So I think it's too premature to hit the panic button. Tyler, did you go already? I'm sorry.
No, he
No, he
hasn't.
did not.
No, I didn't. I'm not really concerned with their offense because of, like you said, Amari, the Falcons' passing defense is pretty good. And also, Stafford's still missing his number one red zone target in Devontae Adams. However, their defense, though, that is something I'm a bit concerned with because when you look at their last 3 games against the Lions, the Seahawks, and then the Falcons, they gave up, I believe, 34 to Detroit, 38 to Seattle, and then they let Bijan go for 220 yards. And it's Bijan, but still, if you want to win playoff games, that can't happen. If you're going to give up 200 yards to somebody, then you're not going to be able to win playoff games. So the offense, I'm not concerned about, but the defense, it's a little shaky right now.
Here's why I think that's a little. I get what you're saying, but if you look at on paper, do the Seahawks have an elite offense? Yes or no?
The
On
Seahawks?
paper, on
Mm.
paper, yeah.
Mm.
I'm just throwing it out there for you guys.
Mm.
If you look at the Falcons, are Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and Bijan Robinson not elite football players?
They are. They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look at the Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams, no Sam Laporta, but if Sam Laporta was there, then obviously it would make it more stacked. They probably, and I feel like Sam Laporta is a big hurt to this offense this year,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're seeing that.
Oh, it was
Honestly.
definitely. Mm-hmm.
It's a huge hurt because there's
Yeah.
no safety blanket outside of Amon-Ra St. Brown, and then Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. Would we not say those are elite offenses?
Oh, no, for
100%.
sure.
You are
No, they
right.
absolutely
You are
are.
right. 100%.
Yeah.
So I think the strength of schedule, right? And we're gonna get into this team later, but there's a team out there that only played one playoff team, and they're 12-3. Real shit. And we don't even know what they look like against a team like those teams. At least we know what the Los Angeles Rams look like. At least we know what the Denver Broncos look like. At least we know, even you could say the 49ers and the Chicago Bears. We know what they look like against going up against elite rosters. You get in these types of games, there hasn't been a lot of defensive battles in the NFL this year. There really hasn't. You've had some and the changing of the guard with a lot of these defenses, right? This Patriot defense went from bottom 20 pass defense to literally now, I'm pretty sure they're in the top 10. The last time I looked, which was yesterday or the day before. The Patriots are now a top 10. And would you say that's because they played elite teams and they're elite? Or would you say that's because of the schedule? I think you'd say it's because of who they played against. That now they've found their way into the top 10 pass defenses, going up against teams like the Jets and Snoop Huntley.
Yeah.
Like I just think, and even and the Chargers pass defense, right? Like even the Chargers, they're banged up on offense, and Perriman got suspended, right? But
yeah.
But you would say, to a point, we kind of know what the Chargers look like kind of. It's not even a full-on, okay, at least I know that this team has done X, Y, and Z, but at least we know what the Chargers can be, and they're injured, which is saying a lot. So I just think, I'm not so concerned about the defense. And then, like Los Angeles, right? Like, they've played the Rams and they've played the Chiefs, the Raiders, and the last 2 weeks, the Chiefs and the Raiders, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But then you look at the Broncos, that win against the Broncos, and it's like, okay. No, I said the Raiders. I'm sorry, the Cowboys. I'm sorry, excuse me. They play the Chiefs and the Cowboys, and then they play the Texans, right? The Texans was a nail biter. The Cowboys is a team they should beat. The Chiefs are a team they should beat because we played all second and third stringers. They beat the Eagles, returning Super Bowl champions who are 10-5. But that Jaguars loss, I feel like showed a little bit of concern as to where they could possibly go. And that's not to say the Chargers aren't good and they're not on the same level. It's just we know what some of these other teams look like and we know what the Rams look like is basically the point. And this Rams team, I'm not concerned about either side of the ball. It doesn't concern me whatsoever. But a team that does concern me, and a big posed question, will the Lions move on from Jared Goff next year?
It's a good question.
That is a
Actually,
good question.
yeah, that's actually a good question. Yeah.
I'll start off. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no, but I feel like he's on thin ice, truthfully, because I don't know if they're in a position right now to draft they could probably draft a quarterback, yes, but I don't think they're in a position right now to actually move on from him unless going into next year after the first few weeks, bearing he gets hurt or bearing he just sucks, then you got to pull the plug and maybe whoever they draft or whoever the backup is, you let them play. I think that at most he might have one more full year of starting, and unless it goes really bad or unless they don't show improvement and make the playoffs again, then they pull the plug. Because when everybody's healthy around him, he does well. That Sam, like you mentioned earlier, that Sam Laporta injury generally fucked that team up. It did. I'm gonna call it out because when Sam Laporta was healthy, you had to worry about him, Amon-Ra, Gibbs, Montgomery, etc. You had to worry about all of them. But when you take Sam Laporta out the question, you don't have to worry about Brock. You don't have to worry about Brock Wright and such. Now there's more pressure that okay, we don't have to worry about the tight ends. Let's just focus on more on Amon-Ra. Let's focus more on Jahmyr Gibbs when he gets the ball. Let's take away Jameson Williams, the deep threat. So losing that weapon really messed them up because you take away one guy that as a safety blanket, but you also take one guy away that when you have to worry about everybody else, that guy is going to produce. So I think at most Jared Goff, if we got to say right now, for sure, let's see what happens next year. But if it goes downhill quickly or if he were to get hurt, I think that'll spring the end of Jared Goff's tenure in Detroit.
Absolutely.
And I'll go no as well because they're like kind of in a weird situation, which is just signed like they just like signed him to an extension like 2 years ago, I think. What I have right here is like 2024 to 2028.
Trades do exist though. Remember who we got traded for.
Exist, but it's not easy to trade contracts with the cap hit of a lot. If I look at his cap hit, he's 32 mil this year. He's making 69 mil next year. So like, who's taking that? It's not because of the money. Like not only because of the money. I think they're a good enough situation that they don't have to move on from him. Like you can. He's valuable enough to the team that you like can run with him for like another like 1 or 2 years, easy.
Absolutely.
I think you give him one more year and see how he does. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, he has the full no trade clause as well. So.
I mean, look at it this way. Is he going to be there another year? Yeah. Should he? No.
Yeah. That's fair.
No. I think they'll move on. I don't see it any other way. You find a way to make the contracts work. And if you look at, I guess, some of the most highest paid guys in the league, right? Let's see.
Contracts.
Look at the highest paid NFL players, right?
Do
You got Dak Prescott, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. Who's to say they don't swap Joe Burrow?
I was actually just thinking. I literally just thought that. Yeah.
Who's to say Joe Burrow's like, I want out, send me to Detroit?
Mm-hmm.
You put Joe Burrow in Detroit, oh my God, they're going to the Super Bowl.
Nah,
Yeah.
that right there.
Absolutely.
I mean, and it's doable. I mean, if he wants out, I don't think the Bengals would say no. If you're going to get Jared Goff back, at least you're getting somebody with some pedigree to their name. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting a nobody. So if they're going to go if it were to be that route, I'm with it because if you put Joe Burrow in that offense with a much better offensive line to do what he's had to deal with his whole career, Oh, Burrow might throw for 50 touchdowns. He might actually go crazy. He might actually go crazy. Like
he honestly, he also might break the single season yards record if he goes over there.
Yeah.
And you throw Sam Laporta healthy into the mix, like that's the one place, I've been thinking of the past couple of weeks. Like ever since Joe Burrow, we were on pod here talking about Joe Burrow and we showed the interview. Like, I don't see a more perfect situation for Detroit. I think Detroit, you're not Jordan Love is making like 52 mil, right? I think like 50 mil at least.
Jordan Love's making his average salary is 55.
Yeah, so he's making 50 mil. They're not moving on from him. He's young. He's young. He's got a bright future. His potential is off the fucking charts. You get him some receivers that can catch the goddamn ball. He would look a lot better than what is to be desired on the stat sheet. But then you look at like the only situation that the Detroit could go in and to make the money match is with the Bengals. And the thing about the Bengals is they're already paying Joe Burrow what they're paying Joe Burrow, right? But if you look at it, Joe Burrow's making more than Jared Goff.
Yeah.
It gives them a couple extra $1 million to put elsewhere, wherever that may be, however they might seem fit to do so, they can do that. But I just think the only option for them is to get rid of Jared Goff for Joe Burrow. And, they're going to have to throw a draft pick in there. And they might have to throw another player in there. And which you do it for Joe Burrow. I think you do. Especially with, I don't know how much longer Dan Campbell's going to be there, dog. Letting Ben Johnson go and walk and not even put up a fight and let him go and not to say that there wasn't a fight put up, but you're looking at a very, very big difference between this Lions team and look at the Bears. The Bears offense has been revitalized. The Bears offense looks way different than it did last year. And I'm pretty sure, Matt Nagy made Justin Fields look horrible, more so than he probably should have. And this is the first time the Bears have had an elite offensive mind in the last 5 years. Tyler, would you say the last 5 years probably? Like this is probably the most elite offensive mind the Bears have had. And you're looking at the turnaround that he's had. And the defense, there's a lot to be desired. But remember, Jalen Johnson was out for a little bit, and I think looking at this situation, the only way you can get rid of Jared Goff is to trade him for Joe Burrow. And that would be the best situation you could possibly come up with. So, I just hope that they do move on from Jared Goff. And like you guys said, obviously 1 more year is inevitable. But I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I would not be surprised this offseason if we see a trade from Jared Goff for Joe Burrow. I would not be surprised. Joe Burrow might want to work his way out of this situation because it doesn't look like the Bengals are willing to pay any money. And the whole Shamar Stewart situation was fucking insane. I can't even blame Shamar Stewart. I mean, well, now I can because he sucked all year. Yeah. But he got his money. He should have gotten it in the first place. He might be sucking because he doesn't want to play there.
Yeah.
And now there's Trey Hendrickson's was shut down for the rest of the season like a couple weeks ago.
He'll be gone.
And he's out of there. He's an unrestricted free agent. He's leaving. And I would not be shocked if he goes to the Patriots. Because the Patriots need an elite edge rusher. I would not be shocked if he goes to the Patriots. And they're losing him for free at this point. They could have signed him and traded him. They could have did a sign and trade. But because their owners are fucking cheap and they don't want to pay anybody, look at the situation they're in. But
here's the thing.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, here's the thing also. If hypothetically, if Burrow and Goff are swapped, do you think Jamar Chase is still gonna want to be there and not have his guy? Because that's the thing also, because it might not just affect one play. It might not just affect the quarterbacks. You might look at the situation and a guy like Jamar Chase, he might say, "Fuck it, I'm out of here." You want to trade my quarterback? You want to decimate this team with the decisions you make? I want to be out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody involved in that were to be involved in the trade, it has to be doable, and it has to also make a lot of these other guys want to play for that team. Because if a guy like Jamar Chase wants out the door, if Burrow's gone, that whole team right there, then you got to rebuild that Bengals team again. You know what I'm saying? And they signed T. Higgins to that bullshit contract. It's basically a 1 year deal. It's basically they signed him to a 4-year deal, but it's really a 1 year deal, and you can cut him loose anytime. So that didn't make sense either. You know what I'm saying? It's like that organization right now, money wise, they don't know what the fuck they're doing in Cincinnati. I don't know. They really don't, because I tell you, the way how the team looks right now, and with Henderson being hurt, and obviously Joe Burrow getting hurt early on in the year hurt him too. It's just a mess. It's been a mess for the last couple of years, really.
Yeah.
Internally, I should say, internally.
And if you look at it like in depth, their contracts, like Goff is a free agent 2029, average salary of 53 mil, and Burrow's the average salary is 55, and he's free agent a year later in 2030. So you will lose out on 1 year, if on the Bengal side, but I think that gives you time to rebuild and look for a QB and stuff in the draft, in that year difference.
Absolutely.
So it's it's a weird situation, but to go back on the Jamar Chase, I think if you trade the QB, it's probably oh shit, yeah, I don't want to be with this team anymore, because that's probably that's his guy, dude. The fucking brothers over there.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, he got his boys paid, but you look at their situation too, and it's bro, you could have gone anywhere else with your boys, though.
Yeah,
you probably could have. If you wanted to go somewhere and you looked at another situation, you chose to stay in Cincinnati, though. I get it. I love the idea of trying to win with your boys. You guys have already been to a Super Bowl, but Zach Taylor doesn't convince me of fucking anything.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't convince me of fucking anything.
Everyone wants him gone.
You know what I mean? You've been to the Super Bowl once, and that was when you actually had at least a middle of the pack defense. At this point, you haven't had one since. So Zach Taylor doesn't convince me of anything. Joe Burrow when he's sitting there saying he's not having fun and he's contemplating about his future with football in general.
Sounds like Andrew
That's
Luck.
a fucking yes. That's more than just, he's just putting pressure on the front office. No, he might be thinking about his mental health, his physical health, and is it worth it to keep playing for the Cincinnati Bengals?
No.
So, I think Dan Campbell, he gets a little bit of a pass right now because Dan Campbell has been subjected to injuries for 2 years straight now on the defense. It was Aiden Hutchinson last year, secondary this year. I think he's getting a little leeway, but fully healthy next year. If they can't make some shake with Jared Goff, I'm sorry, but Dan Campbell's got to be on the hot seat. He has to be on the hot seat. It's a sad reality, but a team that the Lions were overtaken in the NFC by is a team out there on the West that they like to play a lot of games out there on the West Coast. Are the 49ers now the team to beat in the division?
Oof. I mean, experience-wise and where they've been, even though last year was a tough year, but you look at that team. How should I say this? The only two teams that have actually been in the big game the last few years in that division has been the Rams and the 49ers, right? You look at the 49ers now, especially this year, that a lot of their guys have been hurt and they've still managed to do what they got to do. And Christian McCaffrey has still been Christian McCaffrey. I'm honestly, if it's a do or die game, I feel the 49ers could have an edge because of the shocker that they pulled against the Rams early on in the year on Thursday Night Football with fucking Mac Jones. You know what I'm saying? So you look at that game.
Great point.
You know what I'm saying? You look at that game and it's oh shit, they really lost to Mac Jones. But the good thing is, excuse me. The good thing is that the Rams, while Mac Jones was still starting, gave them this. You know what I'm saying? Gave them that the second time around, right?
Yep.
So if they didn't give them that the second time around, you might look at the 49ers and be all right, you know what I'm saying? They might be the team. I still feel as though it's the Rams. If it's a do or die game, I still might go with the Rams, even though a lot of us are a tad bit concerned. But when it comes to guys like Puka Nacua, I take Puka Nacua in a matchup with DeAndre Lamore 9 times out of 10, maybe even 10 times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? So I feel as though the Rams still got it, but the 49ers are right there. It's one or the other. I'll still give credit to the Rams on what they've done this year. Because if they have to go to San Francisco and try to beat them, I can see them doing it. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I still think the Rams, I would probably take the Rams too, but I do want to say the 49ers, they're going to be getting Kittle back soon, probably next week. And then depending on how far they go in the playoffs, they might be getting Fred Warner back. I don't know if you guys seen that report.
I did. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yep.
the fact that they're doing this with all these injuries, if they can get those, those couple of guys back for the playoffs, they're going to be a scary team to beat. I'd still go with the Rams, but it's definitely going to be close. So it's one of those two teams, I think, over Seattle.
it's definitely one of those two teams, and I don't even know who I'm going for.
Yeah.
I just want to say real quick, shout out to the Instagram chat. You guys are going crazy on Instagram. There's about 20 plus people who have been joining back and forth. That shit's awesome. Shit going crazy. Shout out Chiefs Capital, big page up in there. They joining in too. Then shout out Chiefs Capital. Guys going crazy. Yeah, Tal, I think you made a great point. I think Nero made a great point too. Ben, before I get to mine, how do you feel, man? Do you think they're the team to beat?
Yeah, I think it all depends on the week 18 because they're playing Seahawks.
Mm-hmm. For the
number one seed. If they pull out of with the number one seed out of this matchup, they're the team to beat. Not only in the division, probably in the whole conference.
I mean, I'll tell you one thing, right? Have we seen Kyle Shanahan go to a Super Bowl?
Yes.
Well,
have we had concerns about the 49ers in the regular season before? Is this not the best season Christian McCaffrey has had since he had 1,000 in Carolina?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can say that. I mean,
you can say that, yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
I do think this is the team to beat, yo. I really do. And let me tell you why I think this is the team to beat, right? I love the Rams. It's cool. Everything's awesome, right? You can say whatever you want. This is another team with experience that is coming off a recent Super Bowl win, right? So you can't count out Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford. But I think Christian McCaffrey is hungry at this point. He's big. He hasn't won one yet. I think George Kittle there's a sting from that loss in the Super Bowl. There's a sting. I think there's a real sting from that.
Mm-hmm.
And you look, and the way that they've played this year, they've been resilient through injuries, through whatever the case may be, adversity. I get it, right? Think about it this way, right? You start the year off and you look at their schedule. You start the year off, you go into Seattle, you beat them. You play New Orleans and Arizona, right? Two wins. You pull those out with Mac Jones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you go into Jacksonville. You lose to Jacksonville, which in hindsight, now we're looking at this Jacksonville team, a team that's a legit squad. You go and you beat the Los Angeles Rams, like you said earlier on in the year, 26-23 in OT with Mac Jones, 342 yards. You lose to Tampa Bay. At the time, Tampa Bay was a really good football team, week 6.
Right.
You go and you beat Atlanta, a team you should have 100% beat. A little bit of a defensive battle, but it's okay. You got to win those types of games, especially with your offense. You lose to Houston, who in hindsight now has the best defense in the NFL the past 8 weeks.
It's not even close.
Yeah, literally not even close, other than maybe Denver. Then you have New York, the Giants, a team you should beat. You split with the Los Angeles Rams. That's fine. It's the Los Angeles Rams. Mm-hmm. Then you beat Arizona, a team you should beat. Carolina, a team you should beat. Cleveland, a team you should beat. Tennessee, a team you should beat. Indy, a team you should beat. And mind you, the last 4-5 weeks, actually 6 weeks, have been built-to-ass wins.
Built-to-ass. I mean, except the Bears.
Well, I guess. I feel like the 49ers, we'll get to that game, but I feel like the 49ers dominated a majority of that game. I think if the Bears don't have Caleb Williams, it's a fucking blowout. Like, that's just the truth. Like, it would have, if the Caleb Williams wasn't Caleb Williams, it would have been a blowout. But I will say, they got Seattle coming up, like you guys just said. This is the first time, or the first time they play Seattle since week 1. Now, week 1, like with a lot of teams, you take with a little bit of a grain of salt, right? It's the first week. You get everything out. You do what you got to do. But if we're looking at this objectively, I don't see Seattle winning this game. The way that the 49ers have played the last 6 weeks, and then just beating a Bears team a Bears team that hasn't struggled really for the most part and has had very, very much quality wins all season long. I think the 49ers are so hot right now that going into the playoffs, this is the right time to get hot. It is. And I think the 49ers are the team to beat. There's no way you can look at this situation and you could look at it and say, you don't trust Kyle Shanahan or you don't trust Christian McCaffrey. And I know George Kittle's a little bit banged up, right? But there's no way you could tell me you look at this division, especially with the Rams now looking very vulnerable last week, or at least somewhat to a point. Even though I'm not worried, they looked a little bit vulnerable enough to the point where it's like, okay, now you're looking at this division race, and can the Niners genuinely tie the Seahawks? I think so. I think they will. And if I'm not mistaken, just to make sure I'm correct here, I'm pretty sure it's a home game.
For the 49ers, yes.
For 49ers, yes, it is.
Yeah, they're wearing their All Blacks. They're wearing their All Blacks this weekend.
They went on the road the first game. This is home. This is familiar territory for this 49ers team. This is familiar territory with Kyle Shanahan. This is familiar territory with Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle, and even Kendrick Bourne, who's been here. He's already been here. Even though he took a little bit of hiatus on the Patriots, he's been here already. Diamador Lenore, been here already. And I can't see this any other way. Sam Darnold's going to have his hands full. And I get it. They gave up 38 points to Chicago. But if you're going to give up 38 points to anyone in the last fucking 6 weeks, it's going to be Chicago out of all those teams. You play Arizona, Carolina, Cleveland, Tennessee, Indy, and Chicago. If you're going to have a bad defensive game, it's going to be against Chicago.
And let's not forget also, Sam Darnold was on that last Super Bowl team with the 49ers. So it ain't like they don't know his tendencies.
Exactly. He was a scout team QB.
So they know what the fuck he's going to do, who throws and his reads and all that. They've seen him in practice. So, and
they know Mike McDonald very well.
Exactly. So, right now, just off the strength of that, you got to take the 49ers. You do. It's going to be a dogfight. It could be anybody's game, but if you at home in the rivalry uniforms and the atmosphere that's going to be for the number 1 seed, you got to take the 49ers. Got to.
And listen, I think Kenneth Walker and JSN will have great games. It's not like the 49ers defense is all world this year. And I think that's due in part, obviously, as you can see, there's no Fred Warner. But you look at the situation and you ask yourself, right? Is this a team generally that you worry about and you say, oh yeah, like we're scared of this team faltering? No, because this game is going to tell us whether or not going into the next potential game in the playoffs, whether or not this team is going to be a legit team.
Right.
And I think it will be a legit team. I think it will be a team that we look at and we go back and we look at and we say, hey, this 49ers team was a team we should have never counted out. Because I'll tell you one thing. I counted this team out at the beginning of the year. I really did. And I probably shouldn't have. I should have known better, 1,000%. Knowing the knowledge I have about football, I should have known better. And, Kyle Shanahan, I was familiar with your game, and I apologize, bro. I really do, because there's no way anybody really should have counted them out. So we didn't even get to them on our predictions, unfortunately, for those who are watching and who have watched us. We did do division predictions at the beginning of the season. We never did a pod or anything based on them, but we've been telling you throughout the year through pods, if you guys have been watching, how we think they've gone. And, we didn't even get that far, but that's a team I didn't even have them winning more than 10 games, to be real. I had them winning. I had them going 10-7, and I think it was the off presence of having no wide receiver one and relying on Brandon Ayuk. I thought that was the biggest mistake. Ricky Pearsall has been an awesome. He's been awesome. He's been fucking awesome. George Kittle is George Kittle. I will die on the hill that he's a top 2 tight end. I will. I think I think it's because people don't take blocking into account. People don't take versatility into account. They just say, oh, however many. Trey McBride is obviously the best. There's no doubt about that. Trey McBride is obviously very clear-cut the best tight end in the National Football League. It's not even close.
It's not even close.
It's not even close. But if we're gonna argue for 2, like I'd like to make a strong case for George Kittle. I would. And I think this is a team that has a lot left to be desired. But speaking of a lot left to be desired, there is an AFC North 2-team showdown. And Ben, we're just gonna get right into it, bro. We're gonna get right into it, my man. Will Lamar Jackson push the Ravens into the playoffs? Will he get it done?
I've been checked out on the fact that the Ravens missing the playoffs because I didn't think the Browns was actually beat the Steelers. But now that that game is done, the Browns actually did beat the Steelers because they were way too focused on Miles Garrett. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say so. So if Lamar does play, which is I'm assuming he will be, I don't think there's any reason he will not, unless he's actually hurt. But I don't think. No, there's no quitting on in his DNA. All right, let's go to that. But with how the Steelers played last week against the Browns, I do think the Ravens have a chance. And it's in Pittsburgh, yes. But I think we've been decent in Pittsburgh recently. I would have to find the tweet about it. I saw a tweet that was like, what the fuck is it? My bad.
You're good. While you're doing that, real quick, I just want to say, whether it's Snoop Huntley or Lamar Jackson, I will come out on a limb and say, I'm telling you the Ravens are going to win next week. Especially after what the fuck just happened in the Steelers and no DK Metcalf. That offense looks lethargic. Give me the Ravens. Give me the Ravens. Derrick Henry went crazy this past week too. Man, how are they going to stop that boy? I don't care what the fuck you think. You lost to the Browns? Oh, yeah, no, it's a wrap.
And heading to play the Steelers for the AFC North title, the Ravens have been far better on the road than at home this season. The Ravens have won 5 straight on the road, tying the longest road streak in the 6 seasons. Baltimore last road loss was September 28th.
Good point, because I was watching ESPN. I was watching First Take this morning. And was it this morning? Or was it yesterday? No, it was this morning. I was watching First Take this morning, and they said the same exact thing. And that's when I heard that, it just clicked for me. Like, the Steelers have been a mediocre team. What, the last 5 years? 6 years?
Oh,
we could even say maybe 7, 8.
Can we say 20 for all the 9-8 records?
Hold on. You could really say since Ben Roethlisberger took them to the Super Bowl and won, they've been a 500 team, mediocre. You could genuinely make that argument.
For sure. I mean, think about it. 5-6 years ago, they started 10-0 and finished 11-5. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this team is 500. It's 500. It's a 500 football team. That's what it is. You had Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Rodgers, Jonnu Smith, so on and so forth. Even with TJ Watt still there, they're still going to find a way to finish 9-8. They're still going to they might find a way to finish 10-7, but what are they going to do? Not win a playoff game. You know what I'm saying? So even hypothetically, if the Steelers win, they're not going to win that first round game. I'd rather see the Ravens win that game and push to win their first playoff game, because at least you have more confidence in the Ravens winning the playoff game than the Steelers, truthfully. And what the Steelers showed this past weekend, all the favoritism, the fucking TJ Watt, and they didn't want to let Myles Garrett get that sack record. They made Myles Garrett their whole game plan. They forgot how to play football.
Forgot to play offense.
It's simple, exactly. Like, Mike Tomlin, he's been a great coach. There's nothing you can't take that away from him. But if they want to actually win, Mike Tomlin either should resign or let him go out in his own right and not do him greasy, part ways. But there has to be a new voice. And quite frankly, I'd much rather see a young guy take over that team. I think a young guy taking over that team might actually get these guys really going again. Because if you're hearing the same shit over and over and over again and losing in the first round of the playoffs, ain't shit gonna change. Truthfully.
Like, I was actually, like, obviously I was watching the Browns Steelers game. Shit was so fucking depressing on the Steelers side. Like, he couldn't do anything. It was too focused on Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
The whole game plan was to make sure a nigga didn't get a sack record. Like, are you delusional?
Right.
The fuck is wrong with you?
Right.
But the thing with the Ravens traveling to Pittsburgh is the Ravens have lost 4 of the last 5 trips to Pittsburgh since 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that issue. And all 4 losses were 7 points or fewer. All 4 losses by a combined 15 points. The last one was in 2022. And it was by 2 points.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler, what do you think? What are you looking at this week?
I'm going to keep it short and simple. The Ravens are going to the playoffs. After watching how Pittsburgh played on Sunday against Cleveland and then versus how Baltimore played in Green Bay, I have no reason to believe the Steelers are going to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with Nero, too. I think it would be way more fun to watch Baltimore in the playoffs. I personally think they have a much better shot to upset a team in the playoffs than Pittsburgh does.
Mm-hmm.
Especially who they're projected to face, which is the Texans. So, like, the Steelers not being that team. Ravens have a shot.
Yeah, because Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I'll tell you one thing. I was watching Speak Easy podcast, and I think this is a great debate, right? Derrick Henry might not be a bag type of guy. And you guys know what I mean? Like, you know how they say, like, LeBron didn't have a bag, which is actually really false. I hate that people say LeBron didn't have a bag because
right.
LeBron was really nice with it with the handles his whole career.
Oh, definitely.
But, like, Derrick Henry is not a bad guy. He's a north-south guy. And there was this debate about AP and Arian Foster and all these other guys. Bro, in terms of, like, just like football skill, right? Like all around running back skill. And Nero, you were a running back. I played running back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I know we're different because I've watched you play. I've also played against you in high school. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of know the difference between us two. I was a little bit more shifty, whereas you were more of like a north-south type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But you had both.
Right.
Like I didn't have both. I was shifty, but I couldn't run over you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was probably like 170 pounds soaking wet. So my best bet was to go around you. I wasn't to go through you, where you could do both. Like you could go through somebody, but you also could go around somebody.
Exactly.
So like,
he's not wrong, by the way.
For me, you know, Nero was a beast.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
So for me, like, I look at that type of stuff and you look at Derrick Henry's stats, and is this an argument? And I think this is an argument. Derrick Henry has to be the best running back of our generation.
Oh,
like,
definitely.
For real, like when you look at like the longevity and the durability and what he's provided each year, like those long runs, it's literally because he has amazing vision and he knows his strengths. He's not going to try and shift you, bro. He's either going to run right by you or he's going to run right through you.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Shady McCoy, AP, Arian Foster, they're more of like stretch cut running backs. They can do stretch cut.
Mm-hmm.
But when you take Derrick Henry into a factor, he's not a stretch cut, but you can't tackle, bro.
No, you can't.
You can't tackle him.
You can't.
He's either going to stiff arm you or run over you, or he's going to blow by you. Because we've never seen someone 6'4". Like, can you imagine if Brandon Jacobs had his speed?
Oh hell! Oh fuck! Oh shit! No,
Jeez.
trust. Yeah, exactly.
We are looking
Exactly.
at Brandon Jacobs with speed. That
Exactly.
is crazy. Like,
Exactly.
he's 100% the best running back of our generation. Like, I'll die on that hill because there's no way you can look at it and you can say, oh, he doesn't have a bag. He's not going to shift you like AP and Arian Foster and Le'Veon Bell, and he's
No,
not
we
going to
we
shift you.
we will fucking stiff arm you. Jesus.
Right.
But I don't care if you can stiff arm anybody in your way and go 80 yards for a touchdown, 60 yards for a touchdown, and you could just run past everybody still with your big ass. Like, I think he's the best running back of our generation. And when you have the best running back of our generation, Lamar Jackson pushing you is all you're going to need.
Mhm.
Listen, I love Snoop Huntley. Don't get me wrong. Pro Bowler. Was
Yeah.
was
You can't
wasn't
take that away from him. You can't take
Hey!
that away from him. You can't
you
take
can't
that away
take it
from him.
away from him. And
Can't.
even if people say, "Oh, it was a here you go Pro Bowl," like, you can't take it away from him, bro.
You're never gonna see a guy that throws
he
2
has it.
touchdowns. Exactly. You can't. One thing I will say, you're never gonna see it. You may never see a guy go to a Pro Bowl throwing 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions in a season. You're
Yep.
not. You're not. But you can't take that away from him. You can't.
Uh-huh.
Because he was the leader of that playoff team when Lamar got hurt. Can't take
Yep.
that away from him. You know what I'm saying? Can't.
Yep. And he
So-
still is, and he still has been. You know what I mean? And
exactly.
Snoop Huntley has showed he belongs in this league still.
Great,
You know,
honestly,
And this is a perfect system for him.
No,
yeah,
for sure.
honestly,
I-
one of the best backups in the league, if not the best.
He might be the best backup in the league. Just
Mhm.
because, think about it, right? He went to the Jets, right?
Mhm.
No.
Yep.
No, he was Dolphins. He was with the Dolphins.
Dolphins, yes.
Dolphins,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Same division. Dolphins. He went to the Dolphins, right? And the setup wasn't there, right?
Mm-hmm.
His strengths are similar to Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I can get outside. I can use my legs. I can get around.
Mm-hmm.
But also, what people don't realize about Snoop Huntley is, bro, he has a cannon. I think that's the most underrated part of Snoop Huntley's game, is that he can throw the fuck out the ball.
Mm-hmm.
He might not be Aaron Rodgers. He might not be Tom Brady. He might not be Peyton Manning. He might not be Drew Brees. But this dude can spin the football.
Mm-hmm.
And Lamar Jackson, who has put up some of the most efficient passing numbers we've seen in our lifetime sometimes, is also another dude who can spin the ball. And he's not those guys either.
Mm-hmm.
But these guys know their strengths and they play to them. And I think Snoop Huntley, whether it's Lamar or Snoop, you could tell me all you want about TJ Watt, but this year has shown me Myles Garrett is on a different level than TJ Watt. And this is coming from a guy who said TJ Watt was the best defensive player in the league 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you that. And I think he probably could have been last year too. But then PS2 was like, hey, I'm going to get on these sticks and go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Hence his nickname PS2. He went crazy like he was on the sticks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I want it to be the Ravens going in the playoffs. You know why? Because Lamar Jackson's been banged up all year, and I've said this all year on podcasts. When you have a hamstring injury that's higher than, I can't remember what the order is. I never know which one's more severe, grade 3 or grade 1. I always forget.
I think it's.
But he's somewhere in the middle. Like, I think it's grade 2, because obviously that's the middle ground.
Mhm.
But dealing with a hamstring injury, and you're a running quarterback, and you're taking hits, and you have to constantly take hits.
1 is mild, 2 is moderate, and 3 is severe.
Okay, so he's probably had.
He's probably at a grade 2. Yeah.
He's probably had between probably a 2 and a 1.
Mhm.
Like somewhere in the middle. It's enough for him, because look at James Harden, right? Ever since he had that grade 2 hamstring injury in Brooklyn, he's never been the same.
No.
They made him play through that shit.
Mhm.
And he's never been the same ever since that.
Right.
A hamstring's no joke. Take it from someone who has injured their hamstring. I lost a little bit of speed. I went from like 4.4, I probably run a 4.6 now. Genuinely. I probably can't even run a 4.4. That was before I damaged my hamstring. And the reality is Lamar Jackson playing with that the whole season and still doing what he's doing, and still this team being in playoff contention, and Snoop Huntley coming in there. If I'm the Ravens, you might take a chance and just play Snoop and hope and pray, because of the way that the Steelers played last week with no DK Metcalf and no DK Metcalf upcoming this week. Snoop Huntley should be able to win this game to let Lamar Jackson have another week.
Mm-hmm.
He should. Will they do it? I don't know. And if they do, Snoop Huntley might cost John Harbaugh's job.
Yeah.
For real. He might. But if Lamar goes in there and loses, either way, John Harbaugh's job is cooked if they lose with either one. But if they win, I don't know. He might get his job saved.
I think exactly right.
You know,
and that's the most likely outcome, really. That is.
Yeah.
If he were to win, he'll have a job for probably another year. Truthfully.
Yeah.
Should he?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, exactly. That's what I was about to say. Should he? I don't know. I really don't. But if you want to at least continue to have your head coach and still have the same continuity, you got to win this game. You have to.
Yep.
You have to. Yeah.
Speaking of jobs, did DK Metcalf and cost Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers their jobs?
Well, in a perfect world, he should have cost himself his own job. He should have.
Well, they paid him too much money.
That's why exactly. That's why I said that. That's why I said in the real world, if they didn't pay him all that, he wouldn't have had a job. He wouldn't still have a job, I should say. But really, yeah, I think DK fucked his team over when he didn't have to. He didn't have to. If somebody's saying some dumb shit to you, you're a grown ass man. Keep fucking walking. You're on the field and he's watching you. What? Real shit.
You want to know what's worse? So that's not even the first time with this guy either.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It happened. I don't remember where it happened. But it happened like where he was with
Seattle.
Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
So it happened in Seattle either.
Telling you, bro.
If you get a man get to you twice, there's a fucking issue with your character. Sorry.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Two different places for sure.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, you got to stay level-headed in that shit. No, you do.
I agree, and this is definitely not the time of the year where you want that to happen when you're trying to fight for the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
it might. Like DK might literally put Aaron Rodgers in retirement. Okay.
He might have, and I'll be honest with you. Yeah, after what we just said about the Ravens, man, DK Metcalf just cost Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
He did. He really did. And he's lucky he got his money before. He really is. Because if he didn't get what he wanted as far as money, this would be a situation where this is where a nigga gets cut.
Exactly.
This is where a guy gets cut. This is where a man gets cut. This is a reality. And you just cost two guys who have proven themselves in this league their jobs because you couldn't handle your emotions, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's really sad.
It is.
You know, and it's a situation where DK Metcalf should be one of those guys where he should know better. He should know better, man. And it's sad. You know? It really is. But, you know, there is a team that has clinched their division. There is a team that they've said the schedule's been easy, a.k.a. me. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's true. They've said Drake May is the MVP, even though I think it's Matthew Stafford. They've said Travion Henderson's just a rookie. He's not that good. Stevenson's better. They've said Stephon Diggs tore his ACL. He's not good. They've said this defense can't win games. They've said the AFC East champion New England Patriots aren't it. But we have to commend this team that was a losing team last year. And the New England Patriots are AFC East champions. Now, the first man I know who wants to get up on this podium, and, you know, he is a diehard Pats fan. He's been a diehard Pats fan his whole life. So we got some questions for you, Mister. What the hell is happening in sports? Well, the Patriots.
BTA. Continue. My apologies.
Yeah.
Continue.
You already know. You already know. BTA. You already know, chat. BTA. You know, as they should against the Jets, 32-point win. They did what they were supposed to do against a team like that. They did what
Indeed.
they were supposed to do. Can't take it away from them. But, Nero, will the Patriots' fluff schedule affect their first playoff game with Drake May?
I think this is what I really think. It's going to be a test, right? Naturally, it will be a home game. So at least the crowd is going to be into it. It's hard, even though it's a new era, throughout my lifetime, it's always been hard to play in New England when it comes playoff time. So at least you'll have the crowd in your back. Now, right now, most likely it'll be the Chargers. Justin Herbert hasn't proven shit when it comes to the playoffs. That's a plus, right? So at least you're going against a guy that hasn't done anything yet in a playoff setting, won a game especially. I should say. Do I think that it's really going to affect them? I think that they should be able, especially them being at home, should be able to win against a team like the Chargers because again they're at home. But I also think that it's going to be challenging because now you're going to see a team that, especially with the quarterback and who he has as his skill positions, they're going to be tested. This is not going to be a cakewalk. This is going to be their first real test of the season. We could say the Bills were a test, but you're going to see. But Drake May and the Patriots, they've seen the Bills, for X amount of years. That's their division opponent. So you already know what you're going to get out of that. You haven't seen Justin Herbert in a meaningful game in what, probably a few years. You know what I'm saying? They saw him last year, and it was this. Chargers gave him this. They did. It's different now because now you have a head coach, and now you have Drake May in the proper manner, actually playing meaningful football. So, do I think it's going to affect them? I do. But do I think Drake May has the capabilities of actually getting his first playoff win at home in somewhat of a tough environment against a tough team and guys on their defense that with Khalil Mack and what's his name? The safety, Dorian James, that are going to be very effective? Mm-hmm. I do. But if he just doesn't make mistakes, stays level-headed, and Josh McDaniels effectively gives him a good game plan, I think shit will be okay. But if the mistakes do come and turnovers and guys fumbling the ball and them giving up shit on defense, I think it could be an upset. So they just have to play the right way in order to not get upset. But it's going to affect them a lot.
I can't even have another word on this. I agree with everything, literally.
Yeah.
I just realized Emma is on the Hoyle was quiet for like a few seconds. Well, yeah. Honestly, I think the same thing. So like, because we've talked about this their schedule plenty of times. The only playoff team that I have faced is the Bills.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And it was a split. Now you go against a team you haven't faced. Let me check this. When was the last time the Patriots played the Chargers?
Last year, I believe it was week 16 last year. No, excuse me. I believe week 17 last year.
Literally a year gone, pretty much a year gone this date. December 28th.
Mm-hmm.
And they got fucking belted.
Yeah, they did. That was the Ladd McConkey game.
Was it?
That was one of the Ladd McConkey games. I'll tell you that. Yeah, Ladd McConkey did what he had to do.
Let me check. He had 94 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, there you go. See, so yeah, they couldn't cover his ass. I don't even think Christian Gonzalez. That's the worst part is I don't even think Christian Gonzalez was really on him that much throughout the game, which kind of tells how Gerard Mayo was as a head coach. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So
in like the rivalry itself, like the rivalry, that's how it fucking says. But like they're in their game log, they have played each other 46 times. Patriots have won 27 of them.
Oh shit!
And if you go that's all time, like with playoff games and everything. Like I don't have just playoff games. But if you look, that's December 2019 is the last time I'm assuming it's like January 2019 on 13 January 13, 2019.
Yeah.
That was in New England, and the Pats won by 13.
Yep.
If you go
Yeah.
before that, it's not. After that, it goes back to 2008.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
The
Yep.
last time 6 years ago,
Mhm.
but they play. Since then, you have played them 4 times. It's split. They played just in the last 2 meetings. I've scored 7 points.
Right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they had that. That's right. That game in what was it? The year before? I think it was 2023. They had the home game. It was a snow game that the Pats couldn't do shit on offense.
Literally, if it's 6-0.
Yeah, 6-0. Yeah. That was bad. That was a bad watch.
But those 2 were New England. The past 2 was in LA, and it's both Pats win.
Exactly. Yeah.
The last Pats win at home against the Chargers is that playoff game.
See. Okay. Yeah.
So it all depends how it goes.
Mhm.
So it's a tough matchup regardless.
It is. Oh, it definitely is. I mean, you can't see. Even though I said what I said about Justin Herbert, the Chargers as a whole, you still got John Harbaugh as your head coach. Jim Harbaugh, excuse me, as your head coach.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jim. Yep.
So you still got Jim Harbaugh as your head coach. Again, this is a guy that has taken his team, that has been to a Super Bowl. This is a guy that, when he was with the 49ers, changed the whole culture of that team. So you can't knock what Jim Harbaugh has done. What hasn't been done yet is Justin Herbert in a playoff setting winning a game. That's the only thing that saves the Patriots right now. So if you're able to rattle Justin Herbert early, you have a shot. But if you let him dictate the game like he did last year in New England, and even in the 6-0 game where he really didn't have to do shit, but he was the starting quarterback, if you're going to get those performances, that's where you'll lose the game. So if you just limit him and take him away from the game, rattle him, you have a shot. But if you're going to let him dictate the whole game, there's no shot, truthfully. So that's what it is. And again, Jim Harbaugh knows how to cook shit up. So every day, yeah.
I'm looking at I'm fucking down a rabbit hole now.
Mm-hmm.
The 2019 game.
A little bit.
The QB matchup was Rivers against Brady.
Yep, that was Phillip Rivers' last game as a Charger.
And they both had over 330 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sony Michel scored 3 touchdowns. Shout out to Sony. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did.
But I think to answer the question, yes, the Chargers will have a chance to technically upset since they'll be a lower seed.
Exactly.
It could go honestly both ways, but if the Chargers play their game correctly and expose the Patriots defense, I think it's the Chargers win.
Exactly. And I'll be honest also, this might be a game that if I had to pick all the playoff games, really, this might be one that could go into OT.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I really don't. It's something kind of just hit me. I'm like, if I had to see if one of these playoff games ends up in OT, it could very well be this one. It could very well be this one. No bullshit. And I will say this: who could determine the outcome of this game is Dicker the kicker.
Yeah, because it was terrible this past weekend.
Exactly. So if Dicker the kicker actually is Dicker the kicker, that could be an issue also. You know what I'm saying? I tell you, the Chargers are primed. The Chargers are primed for an upset. In order for Justin Herbert to kind of change the trajectory of how he's been viewed as a playoff quarterback, he has to get this win. If he can't,
he has to win this game.
It has to. This might be the most important game of his career.
Especially against this pass defense, he has to win this game.
He has to. He doesn't
have a choice.
But
I think that goes into the next question. Literally.
It does. I mean,
pass defense all the playoff win, literally.
Yeah.
To answer the previous question though,
that's fine.
Yeah, I think this.
I jumped the gun.
I think this fluff schedule affects their first playoff game. I think it does. And this is a team that, they're ranked now somehow 10th in pass defense. Why would we say that they're ranked 10th? Would we say it's because they've really been elite against good teams? Or would we say they're now ranked 10th because they've played absolutely fucking shit quarterbacks all year? Other than maybe, okay, you know what? I'll give you Bryce Young. I'll give you Baker Mayfield.
Mhm.
I'll give you, obviously, Josh Allen's a league MVP. There's nothing to be said about that. You played him
Right.
twice, and it wasn't even BTA the second time. He actually had to scrape out a win the second time. I
Yeah,
get it.
exactly. Yeah,
I
right,
get
right.
it. But have we seen them go up against the Rams? Have we seen
No.
them go up against the Seahawks? Have we seen them going up against the Niners? Have we seen them go up against Bo Nix? Have we seen them go up against CJ Stroud, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence? No,
Mm-mm.
we haven't.
Mm-hmm.
I just think Justin Herbert might bring this Pats team back down to earth. He might. He might bring this Pats team back down to earth. And listen, I respect everything the Patriots have done. I respect everything the Patriots continue to do. I respect the fact that they've beyond overachieved. Listen, like my dad said, shout out to my dad, since we were watching football together all weekend. My dad literally said he's okay with losing a playoff. He doesn't even care. He doesn't care. He said, we're not even supposed to be here.
No, they're not. They're not.
Which is the truth. If
They're not.
I'm going to be real with you, the Pats are not supposed to be here. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing I won't take away from them is the fact that they've beyond overachieved with this brand new coaching staff with two experienced coordinators and head coaches in Vrabel and Mike McDaniel, Josh McDaniels.
Mhm.
You know, I respect and I love what Drake May's done. He's taken a leap we don't see a lot of quarterbacks make. He really is. He's taken an unbelievable leap that now Bo Nix is taking this year and has taken his team to a potential number 1 AFC seed. And they were in the same draft. No, Bo Nix was the year before, right?
No, they were same draft.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you look at the situation, and Drake May is showing his ultimate passing talent. And to be real with you, I'm going to be honest with you. I think Drake May has more potential as far as a passer to be better than Bo Nix.
I believe so.
And the
too.
reason why I say that is because the efficiency, the ability to read, and I get it, right? Like, some people are going to say, oh, well, one has Josh McDaniels and the other has so-and-so. Bro, Sean Payton is a beautiful offensive mind.
Exactly.
Sean Payton is he's a dual mind coach that we don't see a lot often anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We don't see dual-minded coaches anymore, offense and defensive abilities.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why. That's a lot of the reason why this Broncos team with Bo Nix at the helm and not Russell Wilson has had success. Look at what he did with Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson had limitations.
Mm-hmm. And he didn't even want him. He
didn't want him. It's just
Mhm.
because that was the best available, or what they thought was the best available. And then you look at they had to draft Bo Nix and get Bo Nix because Russell Wilson wasn't the fucking answer. That
Mhm.
whole thing was a debacle. He's too concerned about his fucking wife more so than he is about football. That's cool. You've given it up at this point. You won a Super Bowl. He didn't. He won He won the Super Bowl. Did he?
He did against the Broncos.
No, but no, he didn't win an MVP, right?
No. No. He hasn't.
Okay. I just want to make sure before I started slandering.
No.
Let me, let's get negative. You feel me?
Yeah.
You already know. Man, this is the difference between Bo Nix and Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson used his legs off of making the play not be a turnover,
Mhm.
whereas Bo Nix can actually use his legs to turn it into a positive play. And you're seeing in the Sean Payton offense how it's so different. And I think that you look at the difference between those two things, and Bo Nix has absolutely thrived to the best of his ability, being able to do that. And I love the fact that Bo Nix can sit here and say to himself, I trust myself. Let's go into this game. Let's go get this game. Let's go make sure we win this game. And he's had some quality wins. Now I get it, right? You look at Denver's, I guess you could say you look at Denver's schedule, right? And the Denver Broncos, for the most part, right? They've played some iffy teams. I get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
They play the Giants, they play the Jets, but they've beaten the Super Bowl champion Eagles. That's no slouch of a team.
No,
right?
in comeback fashion too.
At the
Comeback
time, they
Mhm.
lost to the Colts. I get it. That might be a blemish to them. They played the Titans. They beat the Titans. Okay, not a good team. They played the Cowboys. Not really a good team. They beat the Texans, though. A good team that has been on an 8-game heater. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs, who they went to the Super Bowl last year. And yes, they were a shell of themselves this year. But at the time, on November 16th, that was a team that still was trying to find their way. They had a 3-point game against the Raiders. People had concerns. They had a 1-point game against the Commanders. People had concerns. And I remember watching that game. We watched the Broncos-Commanders game in here in Discord. The Broncos played the Raiders again by 1 touchdown. The Broncos handedly beat the Packers 26-34. Then they lose to the Jaguars, a team that is right now what we're seeing is one of the more elite teams in the National Football League. Shout out to Liam Cohen.
Mm-hmm.
Then they beat the Chiefs again, and we played all second and third stringers. So cool. They can whoop-de-doo about that. But, fuck Jonathan Cooper, by the way. Fuck that bitch-ass nigga. Sat here and talk about, oh, fuck the Chiefs, we're pansies. Yeah, how many Super Bowl rings you got, nigga?
Yeah, fuck that
here.
nigga. Fuck that nigga.
Fuck out of here. I'm sorry. I'll just keep it a stack. Like, that nigga, you're not even good. You're not you just talking.
You play
Bro,
second fiddle to Nick Bonito, bitch ass.
Yeah,
nigga. Get
dead
outta here.
dogs. When you win a ring, Jonathan Cooper, and you do something, I promise you could talk all the shit you want. But for now, shut the fuck up, please. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I really don't. And the Chargers are playing the Broncos this week, and Herbert's probably not going to play. I get it. He's probably not going to play.
Oh, yeah, no, he's out. He ain't playing.
Yeah, it is what it is. He's not playing. And, I get it. It's a strategic move. Same thing with when the Chiefs last year, my Chiefs, we sat Patrick Mahomes and everybody the last week of the season so we could avoid, what was it, Denver? I think it was Denver. So we could avoid Denver.
They did that so Denver could get to the playoffs. So they should thank them, bitch ass niggas. Like, come on.
Yep.
Bro.
Yeah, you feel me? So, Jonathan Cooper, before you talk shit, nigga, you can thank us for last year. You feel me?
Yeah.
So thank us for that, because if we won and then we would have had to play y'all, guess what? You know what? It's called chess moves, brother. Yeah. Don't be mad because you're not going to beat an NFC team this year in the Super Bowl. I'm telling you, there's no way. I think the Broncos are good, but if Bo Nix doesn't need to be, you know what? This is what Emmanuel Acho said on Speakeasy. Bo Nix doesn't have to be special for the Broncos to get to the Super Bowl. Yeah, but he has to be special for them to win the fucking Super Bowl. Exactly. I'll tell you that. Yeah, he better be special as fuck for the first 2 games. Because if he's not, it could really be up. But yeah, for the most part, excuse me. But I think we kind of already answered this, but if anybody wants to add any points, can the Patriots pass defense hold up for a playoff win?
Well, I will say, in terms of the matchups, I believe in Christian Gonzalez. I somewhat believe in Marcus Jones.
I agree.
Carlton Davis might get cooked.
Yeah.
That's it. Like that's the issue right there.
And you know who he might be on?
He might be on fucking
Quentin Johnston.
Quentin Johnson, yeah.
And Quentin Johnston has had a resurgence this season.
Oh, he definitely has.
When he's gotten his targets, he's caught the ball and done more when he's caught the ball.
Exactly. Because he's caught the ball.
Yep.
He's caught the ball.
For
It drops. If he's dropped the ball, he's he looks like a bust. When he catches the ball, he makes shit happen. That's all you got to do in the NFL is catch the fucking football. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you, and you can't go wrong with Keenan Allen, the Eldersman. He's back. So I tell you, like, their 3, can the Pats match up with them? They can, but I could very well see Carlton Davis struggling.
Gonzalez will be on Lad.
Oh, he definitely will.
Absolutely.
He'll be on Lad McConkey.
And mind you,
Lad McConkey is so slippery, and Gonzalez is one of the best, if not a top 3 cover corner in the league. He's 100% top 5 cover corner in the league, and Lad McConkey eats one-on-one coverage no matter what the situation is. And I think he'll probably be taking out the game, but like you said, Marcus Jones, he might not even get a lot of snaps just due to the fact of how big QJ and Keenan Allen are.
Yeah.
He might not even get a lot of snaps, and Carlton Davis might get cooked.
He might. He might.
But yeah, talk to me now. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say also. What was I gonna say? And I'm glad Ben brought up the previous meetings. The last meeting that they had against the Chargers, again, last year, Week 16. Obviously, that was the Ladd McConkey game. Ladd McConkey almost 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Fucking Gonzalez barely covered him. No bullshit. And if I recalled, no cap, I think Gonzalez got hurt in that game. No
He
bullshit.
did. He did.
Gonzalez got hurt in that game. So
Mhm.
now this matchup is different. So now you're going to have a all-pro corner, a Pro Bowler. Congrats to him, as well as Drake May. But congrats to him on the Pro Bowl. Now you have a Pro Bowl corner on you. So that's going to be a dogfight, that one-on-one matchup. So if you take Ladd McConkey at the game, you have a shot. But if Carlton Davis is continuously getting burnt or letting Quentin Johnson do anything that he wants to do by any means possible, then they're fucked. Because if you got to send 2 guys on him, Jalen Hawkins or even Woodson, the other safety on him too, then somebody's gonna get open other than Ladd McConkey. So yeah, it's this past defense. Unless Zach Kerr draws up a perfect game plan for everybody else other than Christian Gonzalez, the Chargers should be able to pass the ball effectively. They should.
Yeah, and just looking at the defensive stats, right? Hey, man, the Chargers are right there at 183.4. They've been in the top 10 all year in pass defense. But here's what I think the difference will be: the run.
Mm-hmm.
This is ultimately going to be the difference because you look at the Patriots and the Chargers, they're right next to each other in run defense. Which running back do you trust more? Let's be real. Which running back do you trust more out of these 2 teams? Right? Hey, man, I'll be honest. TreVeyon Henderson, he might will this Patriots team to a win. Now, I get it. I have the Chargers in this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be real. I got the Chargers. But, TreVeyon Henderson might will this team to a win. And that's not to say Omarion Hampton can't get it done or he can't finish or do whatever the case may be. But I trust the 2-headed monster maybe a little bit more in the run game.
Mm-hmm.
What I feel like will be the deciding factor will be who can pass the ball better.
Mm-hmm.
The second-year quarterback who is the most efficient quarterback in the NFL this year, or the proven quarterback with injuries who has been to a playoff game already, and even though he lost, he's still at least proven that he belongs in top 6, 7 conversations every single year.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to come down to Drake May versus Justin Herbert, and it's going to come down to Omarion Hampton versus TreVeyon Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it's going to come down to.
Mm-hmm.
This is a playoff game. All the regular season stuff's not going to matter. I get it. We can say whatever the case may be just for the point of podcast too. But if we're looking at it in a realistic light, those are the 2 matchups that are going to do the most. Because both offensive lines aren't immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
Both defensive lines aren't immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
What it comes down to is which offense in the quarterback running back combos or quarterback to running back tandems are going to put up the most amount of yards and points.
Right.
And that's what this game is going to come down to. And I think, for the most part, the way that TreVeyon Henderson has been playing, I get it, right? My dad said this is what my dad said. My dad said if TreVeyon Henderson doesn't get a wide open vision hole through the offensive line, he's easy to stop.
Mm-hmm.
But no one's done that yet.
No, exactly.
Exactly. No one's done that yet. And Omarion Hampton, the one reason why I say it's a matchup is because Omarion Hampton is ultimately a far better pass catcher than TreVeyon Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
And me personally, for everybody who's watching on any platform, shout out YouTube, shout out Twitch, shout out Instagram. Listen, I said Omarion Hampton was better than Ashton Genty. I said it. I've always thought it. When I watched them play, Omarion Hampton just is a guy who could do it all.
Right.
Ashton Genty is a horrible pass blocker. Ashton Genty is not the pass catcher that Omarion Hampton is. He might be a better runner. Listen, I'll give Genty that. He's a better runner. That's cool. He's behind a shit offensive line putting up crazy numbers. But let's not forget Omarion Hampton was injured for like 6 weeks.
Right.
Or if it wasn't 6, it was probably like 4.
I feel like it might have been longer than that. Honestly.
No, I think it was longer.
It might have been. Yeah, you're right.
And low-key might have been like 8 weeks.
You guys are right. He was on my fantasy team. It was 8 weeks. You're right. Now that you just mentioned that, Nero and Tyler, thank you for correcting me. It was 8 weeks. He was out for 8 weeks. If he plays those 8 weeks, we might be looking at him as offensive rookie of the year.
Oh, definitely. No, he was off to a hot start. He was.
We might.
He was. Especially catching the ball, too. He was.
And the fact that Herbert found ways to get the ball in other places, with Keenan Allen out, too, as well, while Hampton was out, and QJ also, being invisible sometimes, and even Ladd McConkey sometimes being invisible, and Oliver Gadsden having to step up, your tight end having to step up in place of, this game, like Nero said, it's going to be a close one. And if the Patriots are obviously favorites, right? Anybody out there who bets, I would fucking slam, and I mean slam, that spread. The Chargers spread. I would slam it. I really would. I would slam the Chargers spread, at least to cover it. Because this game is going to ultimately come down to who scores the most points, obviously, like any other fucking sport, who scores the most points. But when I mean that, when I say it in football terms, it's going to come down to who can put up the most points on the boards and get in the red zone the most. And both of these teams, when you look at it objectively, I mean, these are two teams who constantly this year have gotten into the red zone. The Chargers have one of the best offenses in the league, right? The Patriots are a top 4 offense in the league. The Chargers are top 15, 341.1 yards a game. The Patriots, 374.5 yards a game. And when you look at just straight up points per game, the Patriots, 28.3. The Chargers might be down there at 22.8. But the thing is that they have 2 different schedules. And the Chargers have found a way to constantly win. That's the thing. And they've found a way to constantly win against good teams. So I just think that's what that's going to come down to. Tyler, what do you think?
Sorry, I was muted. My bad.
You're good.
Honestly,
You're good.
I really don't have anything too much to add. You guys were spot on. I mean, I don't think it's impossible for New England to win against the Chargers if that's who they end up playing.
Who are you leaning more towards, and why? Like, why would you lean more towards one team or the other?
I'm going to be honest. I would lean more towards New England just because of how special Drake May's been this year. And also, I don't know if I trust I don't know if I trust the Chargers O-line to hold up.
Ooh.
I mean, they've
like
been
it.
beat up all year.
I like it.
And Herbert's not 100% healthy. I don't know.
No, he does have a point. I mean, not having Joe Alt and especially not having Rashawn Slater, though you haven't had Rashawn Slater the whole year. He's been out this training camp. Joe Alt has been out, what? He's only played 6 games this year, by the way, real quick. I don't know how the fuck Joe Alt made a Pro Bowl only playing 6 games this year, but we're not going to talk about that right now. That's how you know. Now, you don't have both of them. The offensive lines right now, the offensive tackles right now are having a hard time holding up. So Tyler has a point right there. When it comes to the old line, and now Milton Williams should come back healthy off that ankle injury, that creates more havoc. That does create more havoc. But I tell you, even with that old line being decimated, somehow, some way, Justin Herbert is still playing, even with a fucked up hand. He's still out and playing. So I'm telling you, it's going to be a dogfight. But like Tyler said too, when you look at Drake May now, there's hope, but also you can't take away, even though he's had the schedule has been easier for him, and he's played against defenses that you can get away with having a lot of yards, completions and all that. You can't take away that at least what he's done has been special. You know what I'm saying? He's elevated his team.
Right.
You do have a shot. You have a shot. But with him, it's being his first playoff game as well. Who knows? There might be some growing pains in that game. So you just gotta sit back and watch. But no, Pats do have a shot, even with a experienced team like the Chargers. They do.
Yep, absolutely. And speaking of straight up battles, that could possibly happen. We've seen a lot of battles in this division. This division has been battling for the last 8 weeks. Shout out to Daniel Jones. Sorry that this happened to you, but the AFC South two-team battleground right now. The proposed question for you guys, I think it's an interesting one. Can the Texans offense lead them to a playoff win? We already know about the defense, right? But the question is this offense going to be competent enough for them to win a playoff game?
I mean,
it really depends who they play for me.
that's
I
true.
I definitely think that they can. Yeah, I do.
I mean, one thing I will say, CJ Stroud has won 2 playoff games so far in his young career.
Yeah, he has.
He has. So you can't take that away from him. Now that the defense is spectacular with him, I mean, shit, how he's beaten the Browns and he's beaten the fucking Chargers in the playoffs. Chargers last year, Browns the year before. So if he can just, stay clean in the if they can keep him clean in the pocket, if everybody else around him helps him out, if guys don't drop balls, if Nico Collins, can still beat Nico Collins like he usually is, the Texans should be able to win a playoff game with their offense. You know what I'm saying? Like besides the defense, offensively, they should be able to put up some points. They should.
As of right now, I think they play the Steelers, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
And I don't see how the Steelers would beat them.
Exactly.
Okay, so the current projected bracket as far as the schedule, right?
Mhm.
There's a couple that I feel a little bit skeptical about, but at the same time, as of this week, this is the current projected bracket, right?
Mhm.
You have in the AFC the Patriots playing the Chargers, the Bills playing Jacksonville, which, Jacksonville might beat the Bills because Jacksonville has the best run defense in the past 3 weeks, like 4 weeks maybe. They have the best run defense in the NFL other than Houston. And then you got Houston playing Baltimore and or the Steelers. Broncos have the bye. That's like probably signed and sealed at this point. So one thing I will say, if they play Pittsburgh, I'm not so sure.
Really?
I mean, like, it's Aaron Rodgers, bro. That's really what it is. And DK Metcalf comes back. I get it, right? Like, the defense has been awesome. But the Steelers' defense has shown up the past couple weeks. So it's like, maybe the Steelers' defense, the veterans that they have, they might wake up. You got a guy in Jalen Ramsey who's already been to an AFC Championship game. You got a couple guys on there, TJ Watt, Joey Porter Jr., a couple guys over there that they're hungry. And I think the biggest concern, obviously, for the Texans is the playoffs. Just because, they've won one. But at this expectation with DeMeco Ryans and everything that's been going their way the past 8 weeks, it's up to you to win 2 now. The AFC Championship game should be in this team's sights. I don't think that they should take anything less. I don't think that their goals should be anything less. I think their goals should be the same thing as the Jaguars. You have a coach. You have the quarterback. The run game is there. The defense is there. The play calling's there. The play design is there. One way or another, you're going to have to figure out a way to make this fucking work. One way or another. And I think that the biggest problem that I have with the Texans is the fact that their offense can go so stagnant, the defense has to save them. The playoffs, that can't happen. It just can't. Especially if you go up against Baltimore and you're going up against Derrick Henry. Let's say Derrick Henry doesn't allow himself to be beat, doesn't turn the ball over, doesn't fumble, which has been a struggle for him this year. The Ravens could very well beat the Houston Texans. And I could see a world where the Steelers do too, because if Kenneth Gainwell wakes up after the horrible week he had, Kenneth Gainwell has been awesome the last 6 weeks. And I just think that this is a situation for the Texans where the offense has to matter more than the defense this playoffs. If they want to get to where they want to get to, this is going to matter for them. And it should matter for them. But I just don't think, honestly, in totality, I don't think the Steelers will win the game. But I'm just looking at it on another perspective. But I think the Texans will either beat the Ravens and or the Steelers. And the only reason why I say that is because CJ Stroud's back healthy and he's hungry. And he needs another playoff win to add to his resume. Lamar Jackson, he's hurt this year. Lamar Jackson might not even be part of this conversation that we talk about when it comes to, oh, okay, Lamar is this, Lamar is that, right? And listen, I think it's fucked up that people talk shit about Lamar. I get it. Especially because this year, specifically this year, I think it's fucked up they talk shit about Lamar Jackson. But for the most part, I think the biggest thing is the fact that even though he's injured, people still have some high faith that the fact that the Ravens can go where they want to go. And the Texans might be a team in their way. But the thing I also want to come down to, the last point of, before I let you guys go on this point, is I don't think Snoop Huntley is going to see a defense like any other defense like the Texans in his whole entire playoff career. If he has to play somehow, some way, they better hope Lamar plays. And if Lamar goes out some way, and I'm not, obviously, I pray that he doesn't get injured or anything else, but Lamar Jackson genuinely probably would give them a better chance because Snoop, I don't think he could beat the Texans defense to a playoff win. But other than that, look who's back. Guess who's back? Back again. You alive?
Yeah, I'm alive.
All right. Ben, can the Texans offense lead them to a playoff win? And I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, you're going to do the same thing I did.
I'm going to pull a Ben. Yeah, sorry.
I mean, can they? I mean, yeah. They've been dominant enough to have a good offense. And the defense going to hold up the other offense. Obviously, I'm just waffling at this point. Well, yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't. Like Amari said, wherever they face between the Ravens and the Steelers, I think they come out of this. It probably would be harder against the Ravens, like we said. That's going to be a close matchup, but they probably could come out of it. It's going to be tough there. Jordan, Tyler.
No. I'm telling, I said it before while you were gone, but yeah, no. Honestly, if CJ Stroud, if they just keep him clean in the pocket and everybody around him kind of just, steps up and do what they have to do, then the offense should be effective. Again, CJ Stroud's already won 2 playoff games in his career. Why not make it a third? Everybody just has to step up around him. Nico Collins has to be the guy that is, that he's always has been, and especially in big games like that, he just has to continue to step up. So if guys can get open, if the offensive line can keep him upright, and he doesn't make any mistakes, the Texans should get another playoff win, and CJ Stroud should get his third. Truthfully,
Tyler.
I mean, yeah, I pretty much just said the same thing. I think that they can win. But if the Ravens end up making it, I think it would be a lot harder for them to beat them than it would be the Steelers. I'm not high on the Steelers at all. I don't even think that would be close, honestly. But I mean, that's just me. But yeah.
Did we see a belt to ass on Sunday against these two?
Honestly, I hope you guys put belt to ass.
I would fucking
I'm not
love
gonna
that.
watch the Steelers in the playoffs, bro.
No,
I'm not either.
Not either.
No.
Obviously.
Mm-mm.
It's like the team. It's like the team I hate the most. Lucky. No.
So we do have a comment.
Take them.
This is upsetting to see.
Did you guys see the report though about him coming back next year?
What happened?
I did not.
I don't know. I just seen it today. It says something like he's going to come back next year. At the start of next year, he'll be ready.
Which is
Dell.
good.
Right, yeah.
But listen, man, when the kids played, he's been awesome. He's been awesome.
Oh no, this is
When he can stay on the field, he's been great.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is he's like 170 pounds soaking wet. Like that hit he took in the end zone to break his leg. Oh no, it looks like a freak play. But if he's 10 pounds stronger, might be a different situation. And, I'm not ready to say Tank Dell is a bust, Angelo. We haven't gotten this far yet, but he said also release the Patullo files. Don't worry, we're gonna get to these trash ass Eagles. Don't worry. We gonna get to them trash ass boys. Don't worry. We are. But the last question I have about this AFC South 2-team battleground is Trevor Lawrence finally elite?
Thanks to Liam Cohen, he is.
Oh, yeah. He sure
Oh!
is. He sure is.
He's talking that shit. Okay.
No, he's
okay.
he's definitely elevated his game. That's a fact.
Yes. Honestly, I wasn't even trying to throw shit on Trevor Lawrence. I was just trying to pretty much just show how good Liam Cohen is. I think he's one of the best coaches.
I mean,
Absolutely. I agree.
What was it? I think is he like the one of the first coaches to have 12+ wins of his first year?
Mm-hmm.
He's got to be, yeah.
So like,
I think it was like since like 1990. No. Can't even remember. It was like since 19. No. I might be wrong about that. But it was a while. Angelo. Fuck yo Eagles.
Yeah, Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen is making history as the only first-year head coach in NFL history with 12+ wins after inheriting a team that won 4 or fewer games the season before.
Yeah. See? Tyler, I can't hate. You're right, Tyler. I can't hate. You know what I mean? Like, Liam.
Bro, I promise I wasn't trying to hate on him. If that's
No,
what it
I
came
know.
across,
I know.
was
I
not
know.
trying to hate
I
on
know
him.
you weren't. I know you weren't. But for real, like, I think you make a great point. You know why? I think Tyler makes a great point, chat, is because look at Trevor Lawrence's situations before. A washed-up Doug Peterson, a washed-up Urban Meyer who's never had any success in the NFL. And you look at it this way. I mean, you could say the Ravens suck, but if they make the playoffs, well, Angelo's talking mad shit. Yo, Angelo, you're still a Flyers fan, gang. Don't forget that.
He's on my ass, but I don't fucking care, bro. I'm not moved by those fuck ass Eagles.
Also, the Eagles suck, gang.
I'm not moved by those
you came
fuck
in
ass
the wrong
Eagles.
moment. Yeah, you're ass. You niggas are ass. Yeah, you won last year, but this year's a new year.
We
The
were talking
Rams
shit.
own you.
Yeah, we were talking shit about the Rams earlier, but the Rams got this against you.
Yeah, the Seahawks own you. The 49ers own you. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, nigga. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But
fraudulent. Yeah,
on the flip side, Oh yeah, fraudulent.
Jalen Hurts is.
Question. He wants to talk about fraudulent. Hold up, well, yo. So what's up with your boy going 0 for 7 in a whole entire half? Oh, this is the guy you said who wasn't a bottom 10 quarterback. Yeah. No, that nigga's straight ass, Angelo. Man, fuck Jalen Hurts. Fuck Nick Sirianni. Kevin Patullo sucks. You need to move to a different place. It's not working for you. You won 1 Super Bowl. You think just because Nick Foles beat Brady, you're that guy. Well, guess what? How many Super Bowls do you have in the last 20 years compared to the Chiefs and or the Patriots? Yeah, you came to the wrong chat.
Get the wrong house, fool.
The wrong chat. And you're a 76ers fan.
Wait, no,
yeah, that must suck. That really must suck. Because I'll tell you one thing. They suck. The Eagles suck. And I'll say another thing, too. The Flyers are god-awful. Yeah, keep riding off that fucking 3-0 series win you had about fucking 15 years ago. Which you were 2 years old for. Yeah, little nigga. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
No. We're not chilling on you today. No, not today. But back to the question at hand. Is Trevor Lawrence better than Jalen Hurts?
Yes, he is. Yes, he's-
Sorry, I read that wrong. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Is Trevor Lawrence finally elite?
The other question is my answer is still yes.
I'll be honest. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. And I'll be honest. I was wrong about Trevor Lawrence, man. I really was.
I think we all were.
When he was coming into college, like I said, he had a stacked team at Clemson. I'm not so sure I was going to shake out. But, I'll say one thing. I've realized over the years, this whole entire situation with Trevor Lawrence that's happened his whole career has made me see how important coaching is.
Mm-hmm.
It actually took me to a level of my football knowledge where I understood how important coaching is. Even the Drake May situation, it's shown me how important it is when you have very good offensive-minded coach or a very good offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes to show how much you can accomplish with a great coach and a great offensive coordinator, and how much you can continuously accomplish when you actually have people in place to put you in the right positions to win. And Trevor Lawrence has shown he's an elite quarterback the past 8 weeks of this season.
Mm-hmm.
And Trevor Lawrence has continued to show why he was picked where he was picked, why he was rated the number one analytically best prospect to ever play or touch a football as a quarterback. And that to me screams volumes to the fact that we are seeing him do it with his legs. He's trusting his legs more. He's trusting what he sees more. And Liam Cohen is putting him in positions to win every single week. And I think that what needs to be said about Trevor Lawrence is everybody has to give this kid a round of applause, because I'm telling you, he has proved people wrong week in, week out this year. And this is a team that is an AFC championship threat. And a lot of people will sit here and say, oh, it's the Jags run defense. Well, guess what? The Jags run defense can't put up points every week. They can't. Trevor Lawrence has been the guy to go out there and put up points every week. And there was an ongoing debate in this chat, in the public, the Bay State Media public chat. You guys can join the Bay State Media public chat. Message us on Instagram, as you guys can see at the bottom, at the Bay State Media, and or at amari.scott, EMARI.SCOTT. You guys can join, and I'll put you in there. We do debates every day. We share each other's stuff every day, whatever the case may be. But the case is, there was an argument that Trevor Lawrence is not elite. And I'll say the reason why I said what I said. Because if we're going to call Drake May elite, right? Drake May has gone up against shit teams all year. Trevor Lawrence has played against playoff competition and won games.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're going to move the goalpost for Drake May, why can't we move the goalpost for Trevor Lawrence then?
No, for sure.
I'm just being honest. And I love what both of them are doing. I think, obviously. And then I was next hit with, well, one's a second-year quarterback and the other has been in the league. I don't give a fuck. I don't. Because these are the same NFL fans who are fucking hating on Trevor Lawrence, but probably wish they would rather have him than Mac Jones or Jarrett Stidham or Brian Hoyer or whoever the fuck was back there. What was the other dude? Tommy DeVito.
Yeah.
I'm sure you would have had Trevor Lawrence over all those guys. I'm sure. Mm-hmm. I'm positive. You might not, in hindsight, right now, have Drake May over Trevor Lawrence. And to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't take Trevor Lawrence over Drake May right now. But if you asked me 1 to 2 years ago who I would take over Mac Jones or Jarrett Stidham, I forget the other dude's name other than Tommy DeVito. I don't even know why I'm blanking, to be honest with you. But
Bailey Zappi.
Yes, thank you. Bailey Zappi. Mm-hmm. If you were to sit there and tell me you would rather have any of those guys over Trevor Lawrence, you're lying. You're literally lying. You're lying. You're a liar.
Hell, you might even throw 2020 Cam Newton in that discussion too.
Right. You're a liar if you're telling me you wouldn't have Trevor Lawrence over any of those guys. So for me, it's just a situation of Trevor really is nice at it. He has been, and he proved me wrong. And I'm not sitting here taking a victory lap. I'm just sitting here giving a nigga his flowers because he really proved with that Head and Shoulders hair that he can flow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean, man? Shout out Trevor Lawrence. But, you know, to go to the post, how do you guys feel about this question?
Honestly, I think the best thing the Jaguars did for him is get Jacoby Myers. I think that's really what changed everything.
Bars.
They needed a guy. They needed a proven wide receiver who didn't have to be a Justin Jefferson. He didn't have to be Stephon Diggs. They just needed a proven wide receiver that could catch the ball. Because BTJ wasn't doing it. Travis Hunter, still a rookie, was going through growing pains. He was still trying to figure shit out, and now he's hurt, obviously. Parker Washington has stepped up. I feel like they've used Parker Washington a lot later than what they should have. They probably should have started using Parker Washington a lot more early on in the year. But Jacoby Myers has filled the void. And with a proven receiver like him, I mean, look what Mac Jones was look what he was able to do with Mac Jones, especially Mac Jones rookie year, right? This is a guy that when you throw him the ball, a lot of the time, you're rarely going to see him drop a pass, right? That right there has changed the whole dynamic of this team. And when you got to worry about Jacoby Myers, when you got to worry about Myers, it takes less off of Travis Etienne, especially coming out of the backfield and taking passes. It's taking less off of Bretton Strange, who's now finally healthy. Even BTJ now is doing a lot better because the main focus is not truly on him. You got somebody else to worry about. So having that said, when you have to worry about them less, and Trevor Lawrence finally has somebody, a reliable target, Trevor Lawrence can change a game like that. So, hey, I tell you, man, he's taking down the Chargers. He's taking down the Broncos, both in, blowout fashion. You got to give this guy his props. You have to.
And I think a good point you made was utilization, right?
Mm-hmm.
Parker Washington is thriving because he's always been a wide receiver number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Jacoby Myers has always been a wide receiver number 2.
Mm-hmm.
BTJ is their wide receiver outside number 1. And what they were asking Brian Thomas Jr. to do, I would pull up the film, but we don't got time. But if you guys go watch the film on Brian Thomas Jr., if you have NFL Plus, go put in your search bar, Brian Thomas Jr., put it on receptions. You'll see they asked him a lot to go over the middle, something he really didn't do a lot of in college. Something he really just hasn't done a lot of. He's an outside receiver. So a lot of it for Brian Thomas Jr. for me is the fact that he was set up in wrong positions last year. This year, Liam Cohen, being the coach that he is, shout out to Tyler, like Tyler said, Liam Cohen is the driving force of that. Because the coach has to put you in the right positions to win on every play. The coach has to put you in the right positions to dominate every play. And that's what you're seeing out of this offense. And like you said, Travis Etienne can kind of coast and take his dink and dunks when he has to on the sheer fact that he knows he can trust everybody to play their role and position the correct way. And this Jaguars team is dangerous. This is the Jaguars team I'm scared of. This is the Jaguars team that Trevor Lawrence is finally showing why he belongs to be in an elite quarterback conversation. But Tyler and Ben, how do you guys feel?
I mean, even outside of just the coaching staff, like look at the weapons he has. You got Parker Washington, BTJ, Brenton Strange, ETN, Jacoby Myers, Travis Hunter. He's not playing this year, I don't think, but they've finally done a good job getting him some talent around him. So I think the Jags have a bright future, and he's playing good too. And that's not something that Jags fans have been able to say for a while. So I'm happy for them, and I'm happy for Trevor too. He's definitely played good this year.
Absolutely. Big Ben.
Sorry, give me a second. Well, yeah, I mean, with all of the fact that he like, I'm just waffling at this point. I don't know what I'm fucking saying. Like you said, Parker Washington, Myers, Darius Etienne coming out the backfield, Brenton Strange when he's healthy. I think with all of these weapons that gives Trevor Lawrence great a lot of options to go to, and it's not like having picking throwing the ball to one or two guys. It's throwing to all of them really, and that fucks up the opponent's defense, and I think that's what makes him because he's opening so many things, like so many options. Because like the defense probably doesn't know who they're throwing to, because like he has so many, he has like 4 guys he can throw to.
Yeah, and I mean the biggest difference is 9 rushing touchdowns this year. Career high in passing touchdowns, career high in rushing touchdowns, career high in rushing yards. Not a career high in passing yards. But who's to say he can't get there? We'll see what happens this upcoming week. But he's already had 2 4,000 yard seasons. You know, and this is a kid with special talent. He can do special things. And I think the biggest part, especially with that, is the fact that he's doing everything he can with Liam Cohen to actually put himself in a position to win every single week.
Yes, absolutely.
And speaking of being in positions to win, there has been major NFC South implications. And I got a simple question. Are the Panthers going to take the division, boys? How are they going to do this?
Beating. Oh wait. Wait. I've seen like the implications of what the Panthers can do to like clinch. Hold on. It's right here.
Is the game in Carolina, right?
Oh, that's actually a good question.
I could check for you, unless Ben, you can probably pull it up.
I'm on it. I'm literally already on the NFL website. It's a 4:30. Yeah, it's in Tampa.
I don't know, dude. It really could go either way.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing.
First of all, just start. Carolina can clinch the division with a win or tie, obviously, or a Falcons win. But Tampa Bay can do the same if they win, but they would need a Falcons loss or tie. So the Falcons have a play in this. And
right,
the Falcons play. Who did they play?
I think they play the Saints.
Yeah, they do.
Right? Yeah.
The Falcons are still in it?
They have implications.
They have implications in that matchup.
Huh. As
So
in what? Like draft? Or
like
no,
even
like
if Tampa wins, that doesn't mean that they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, if Tampa wins, it would need a Falcons loss or tie.
Yeah. So if the Saints beat Atlanta, even if Tampa wins, then Carolina's in. If that makes sense.
Tampa would need to win, and the Falcons would need to lose for Tampa to be in. But if Carolina just need to win or tie, or the Falcons to win.
So what happens if they both lose?
Like the Bucks, the Panthers, and the Falcons.
Like, what if the Falcons win and then the Buccaneers lose?
The Falcons win, the Panthers are in.
Then the Panthers are in, yeah.
So the Falcons are just eliminated, right?
It's Carolina win or tie, or Falcons win.
Yeah, the Panthers can't get in. They're eliminated. I mean, not the Panthers, the Falcons. I meant.
Oh, okay. I was confused. Yeah, because I was looking at the records. I was like, are the Falcons still in it?
Oh yeah. They're out, but it's kind of complicated. But yeah.
But they're 7-9, which is the same record as the Bucks. But
I mean, I'll be honest. I think the Panthers are going to take the division.
Yeah, I don't see how they don't.
Here's one thing though: if you're betting, Panthers haven't been good on the road this year, except for beating the Packers. For the most part.
And Rick Otto wasn't on practice today. He wasn't practicing.
Well, that solves that. Honestly, I didn't even know that was the case. But
yeah,
is Baker Mayfield the Buccaneers' problem?
No.
Really?
Too many options. Too many mouths to feed. He doesn't know. I mean, if you go that way.
Okay, but even if there was too many mouths to feed, what can you say about when Igbuka was injured, or Mike Evans was injured, or Chris Godwin?
Now, because that goes back to when the Bucks were good. And their matchup, like the Panthers Buccaneers, the first matchup finished by 3 points, which was 10 days ago now. So, is it Baker the? Honestly, I wouldn't go as far as saying he is a problem. He's part of it, sure, But is he the main problem? No, there's more implications to the Buccaneers' problems right now.
I'd say he's the problem.
Really?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Just look at how he's played, turning the ball over, taking stupid sacks. Like, he's the problem. He is right now.
If you look at like his game logs.
Oh, you want to? We can.
I'm
I mean-
on it. I mean, in the last 3 games, so against Falcons in the week 15, Panthers in week 16, and Dolphins week 17, he got sacked 10 times
That's
in
not
3
good.
games. In 3 games.
It's not good at all.
He got picked in those 3 games. He got picked 4 times, which is what I mean. We have 4 times, and he has 5 passing touchdowns. When you have almost the same amount of interceptions at passing touchdown, that's not good.
I mean, yeah, but
He has 2
Yeah.
fumbles in just the last game alone.
I get it. But at the same time, it's like,
Like the consistency is not even there either. Like he threw for 346 this past week, but the 2 beforehand is 145 and 277.
145 is crazy.
This is even worse against the Saints. 122.
145 is nuts.
He has 122 in week 14 against the Saints.
And then they stopped involving Tez Johnson in the offense to a certain point. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know, man. I just think that Baker Mayfield is the issue.
I mean,
That's
looking
just
at it now, after I think I would go like week. You go after the bye, because I was sort of week 8, even though
Yeah.
they won. If
Yeah.
you go back week 8, is from 8 to 17, it goes 152 to 73, 173, 41. How was against the Rams in the fucking blowout or whatever. 194, 122, 277, 145, 246.
Can't do that.
There's just like the consistency is just not there. In the last 5 games, that's 3 games on the 200.
I mean, it's a dire situation.
Well, yeah.
A very dire situation, for sure.
Tyler?
I'm gonna be honest. Before you kind of read those stats, I was gonna say he's not the problem, but that's kind of concerning.
Yeah, that's how I feel now.
Yeah,
Now that I'm looking at those stats, I'm like, well, it might be the problem.
yeah.
Because
Yep, like a wise man, Morgan Wallen once said.
Because 5 sacks against the Saints in week 15. So, like, what?
You know what's crazy is they've almost lost 8 in a row because they only beat the
Mhm.
Cardinals by 3.
Yep.
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 And
But
the last one before that goes before their bye in week 8 against the Saints. And that
Real
wasn't
quick.
even a great. That wasn't even a great game by Mayfield. They had 152.
yeah.
3 sacks.
Yeah, he's been very underwhelming. But real quick, shout out to the AFC West champions, Denver Broncos. Now, I'm gonna take my victory lap. I said the Broncos would win the division at the beginning of the year. And nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Yeah, I feel good about it, man. I feel good about it. But, for the pose question for you guys, can Bo Nix lead the Broncos to the Super Bowl?
The thing is with that, I would need to look like at the route that we need to go through to get there.
Caleb versus Bo? You don't see it?
That would be so crazy.
That would be a crazy game.
Number 1 seed, they will play 5-4, which is Texans or Steelers Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Broncos Texans. Could you imagine that?
That'd be fucking insane. Honestly, that could be the AFC Championship. Literally.
Did you ever get the worst beard itch, Ben? That shit was horrible.
Wait, what?
You ever get the worst beard itch? I was over here fucking. That shit was horrible.
I mean, this is bad.
But yeah, I mean, I think so, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you got a depleted Chargers team. You have a lethargic Texans offense. You got a lethargic Patriots defense. I don't know. I think that would be the case in terms of him winning. Excuse me. Yeah, he definitely
Like
deserves to win.
the Bills are beatable. Like you said, the Patriots defense is depleted.
Oh
The
fuck, he has
Chargers
to go
offense is
through.
depleted.
He has to
The,
go
I,
through Josh Allen.
I mean, if they get there, yeah. If it goes to the AFC, the championship, yeah. I can share for a second
Talk
because
to me. Talk to me.
it's like it's
While I
not two
itch my
different times.
beard. I gotta put some beard oil in my beard.
Like if you look side by side, oh what the hell? This computer is fucking being slow now. It's crazy. Okay, so to look at what the fuck is going on? Okay, if you the playoff picture, I want the playoff bracket. Like, is that possible? Thank you. Okay, so if the place won, they play. Like I said, they play the Texans. Oh, I can't even. What have I? What did I say earlier about the Texans and the Broncos? They can't even be the championship. I'm being fucking
No.
an idiot. That's divisional. I mean, okay, so yeah, Broncos. They would need the Texans, Steelers, Ravens, like I said, and yeah, but they could play the Bills in the championship if they even get there.
Yeah, that is true. That is very
Because
true.
the Jags can beat the Chargers, the Bills can beat the Pats. That game could go either way, honestly.
Right.
But do we see either of the Bills or the Pats beating the Jaguars?
I don't know. That's a good question.
It could be Broncos Jaguars in the divisional,
Yeah, very well could.
which I
It
think
very well could.
which I think the Broncos could take because that Jaguars can be scary.
Yeah. No, yeah, I can. I mean, it gets to a situation where you look at it objectively and it's like, why wouldn't you think that this is a team that could go to a place where like the Super Bowl? And, I hope in hindsight, when people look at the situation with Bo Nix, they realize he needs a real number one wide receiver. But,
Yeah.
I agree. I think they've been my Super Bowl pick for a while now. I don't know if it'll be solely because of him. I think their defense is really good. Well, we all know that, but I mean, I think their defense is good. What's going to carry them to a Super Bowl? But Bo Nix is no slouch either. Like he's been really good too. I think he gets
Yeah.
way too much hate.
Absolutely. And speaking of
Yeah.
slouches, we gotta congratulate these fuck niggas. I don't like doing this shit. I hate the Eagles so much. Like, literally, fuck these guys. Like, I'm sorry. Like, just to remember who's in your division. Like, when Eagles fans look at this bullshit and Eagles fans watch this shit, listen, this is for the NFL group chat too, so these niggas can see this shit. I just want to let you guys know, if you're an Eagles fan out there and you over here talking about the Eagles this, Eagles that, yada, 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 okay? I just want to let this be known and let it be really, really, really fucking known, okay? The Eagles, you suck. I don't want to congratulate you right now on the NFC East anything. You're garbage. You're trash. Kevin Patullo files need to be fucking released. That guy's like Epstein 2.0 for your fucking football team. AJ Brown is your only saving grace, and that nigga might want out. And listen, I wish I could cue the meme. I wish I had the meme on deck. Actually, I might have the meme on deck. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. I might have this meme on deck. Oh, I do have the meme on deck. That is crazy.
The Eagles are
Hold on.
lucky.
Hold on, chat.
The Eagles are lucky the division is trash.
Listen. Fuck the Eagles. Fuck Nick Sirianni. You niggas suck. Just keeping it a stack. You niggas suck. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. You think that's a man that wants to be on the Eagles? You think that's a man that likes his coach? I'm just saying.
That's literally him saying, like, bro, I'm leaving next year.
I'm just saying.
We captioned that in the group chat.
I'm just saying. So
that's
for anybody that wants to keep that in mind,
the caption he gave out.
just remember, this is your so-called GOAT. This is your so-called homeboy. This is your so-called
so-called wide receiver number one.
Yeah. Just remember. This is reality, though. This is reality, chat. It's reality. And I just want to let you know, this is what you have to go through. This is sad. This is sad. You're garbage. And another thing, before, we get into a couple questions here, and, it's actually some really disrespectful questions, and I love it. I'm here for it. I'm really here for it. And when I say I'm here for it, like there's nothing you could do to convince me that we're not here for it. But I just want to let you know, okay? Let's look at the Philadelphia Eagles, and let's look at their division. I just want to keep it a stack.
That's what I said. They're lucky the division is trash.
I just want to keep it a stack. You're lucky your division's trash. I would sit here and I'd say I respect you, but fuck you and fuck Ant. For real. Fuck you and fuck Ant. Straight up. You niggas suck. I don't care what you think it is. You're Dallas, Washington, New York? Really? Not a single team over 500? And this is what you guys are victory lapping? Nah, not today, bro. Not today. You niggas are horrible. You niggas are garbage. Angelo, if you're watching this, fuck the Eagles. I'm not gonna say fuck you because I like you, Angelo. You're cool. You're my guy, bro. I'm sorry. I can't go that far. But fuck the Eagles, man. And I'm sick of this shit because this is diabolical. This is diabolical.
Like
this couldn't be an easier division win at all in any part of the league. Because listen, the Pats had to at least put up with the Bills. That's just the God honest truth. And at least the Buccaneers and the Panthers are fighting for first. That's just real shit. So I don't want to hear, oh, well, we had to go up against George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. And yeah, how far did that get them, nigga? How far did that get them? This is horrible. Awful. Terrible. And yeah, you won the division. That's cool. 3 out of the last 4 years. Okay, victory lap. Man, shut the fuck up. I'm tired of that shit.
If you look at the other NFC divisions, the bottom team in the North is 8-8. The bottom team in the South is 6-10.
It's
the bottom team in the West is 3-13, but the third team is 11-5, which is the same record the Eagles are at.
It's disgusting. It's deplorable. It's horrible. I just don't get it. I don't get when people are going to understand how bad this offense has been. How underappreciated AJ Brown is. How he had to beg for the ball and shit on his own teammates just to get the football to prove that if you give him the football, this offense will thrive. And remember, there's people out there, and let's just remember, there's people out there who told me AJ Brown was a diva. But you wouldn't have won any of these games, and let's go look at it. You wouldn't have won any of these games without AJ Brown. You wouldn't. Look at recently. This is when he started complaining, right? Look at this. And you scroll down. Ever since he started complaining, look at this. Look. And look what's translated to at least the win column. You would think most of them, right? For the majority of it, yeah. For the majority of it. This shit is sad. I can't keep defending Jalen Hurts. I'm not defending Jalen Hurts anymore. And this leads to this question. And I get it. I slandered the person who said this on Joel's podcast. And this is a question that came up on the Joel V. Moran show. And I'm not sure how much I believe in this situation. But if I'm going to be completely fucking brutally honest with you, bro, and completely brutally honest with you, this is the question that needs to be brought up. Is Jalen Hurts really a bottom 10 quarterback? Like, is this where we really start actually like making this notion that Jalen Hurts might be a bottom 10 quarterback? Is where we really start saying, oh, this guy's just not as good as we all think, and he's been carried by a defense and Barkley and Brown and Smith? Are we starting to look at the throws he can't make with anticipation, and we start asking ourselves, is this guy really fucking hot garbage? Because at this point, I'm getting sick of it. I honestly, I'm sick of week in, week out. I keep saying to people, this is a guy who won a Super Bowl, and we have to at least respect that. I don't respect that shit anymore. I'm done and I'm over it. Because clearly, a lot of it is Kevin Patullo, but half of it is Jalen Hurts. Kevin Patullo can't go out there and play football. And the fact that A.J. Brown had to beg for the ball and bitch to you, and then you lied about having a players-only meeting, which you lied about, and A.J. Brown said, you lied about it. What are we going to do at this point if you're an Eagles fan? Not we. What are y'all going to do, I should say? Because I'm an A.J. Brown fan. I'm a Devontae Smith fan. Heisman winner. I'm a Barkley fan who I thought should get out of New York. Whenever the fucking first chance to get out of New York, he should have gotten out of New York. But what are we doing? What are we doing? I mean, it gets to a point where you ask yourself, is this a team that could actually do things to make shit shake? Is this a team we ask ourselves, is this the same fucking football team we've seen from last year? Has Zach Bond not looked like a shell of himself? But for you guys to answer this question, is Jalen Hurts really a bottom 10 quarterback?
If he's not, he's definitely close. I will say that. I
How
could probably
close?
sit here and come up with 20 that are better.
20 better? Okay, let's name them since we're here.
Let's go ahead.
Let's name
All
them.
right. Are we going
Okay.
on this season?
In general, just pure talent. Drake May, Matthew Stafford, Sam Darnold. This is going to
Bo
sound
Nix.
crazy. Jared Goff, Bo Nix, Lamar Jackson.
Yep. Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. Yes, thank
CJ
you.
Stroud.
Bryce Young. CJ Stroud.
Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert.
That's 11.
That's
Josh
11.
Allen.
Josh Allen.
Dak.
Dak Prescott. Yes, thank you.
Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Yep.
Jordan Love.
Yep. Okay, Jordan Love.
Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb Williams.
I'm
yes.
taking Caleb.
Yes,
Yes,
Caleb
I'm
Williams. Yeah.
As much as he gets hits, Jackson Dart.
Bro, give me Tyler Shuck.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I was so close to naming this fucking guy.
Yo, okay, wait. Tyler Shuck. Okay, I could get with that. So, at least at this point too, right? If we're looking at it objectively, if we're gonna go Tyler Shuck, nah, I'm not gonna say Shador Sanders. No, it's too premature. It's too premature. But
I mean, bro, if
Tua?
Sanders had A.J. Brown and
Tua?
Devontae Smith.
Tua, he's had a 4,000-yard season. Are we gonna say Tua is better than Jalen Hurts? I'm just being honest. He's had a 4,000-yard season.
I don't know about that one, maybe. I think we forgot to say Mahomes.
Oh, yeah, Patrick Mahomes. How can we forget about, top 5 quarterback ever? Patrick Mahomes.
Amari, I'm telling you, bro, if you gave Sanders, A.J. Brown, and Devontae Smith, he would have been better this year.
Yeah, you know what? Give me Shador Sanders. I'm sorry. Give me Shador Sanders. I'm going to do it. Yeah, when you put it that way, give me Shador Sanders over Jalen Hurts, too. I'm going to take him. Like, at this point, it's got to be to a point where we look at the situation objectively, and is it really what it's supposed to be? It should. And he's just not that good, bro. I can't do it anymore. I really can't.
I mean,
really
shit, bro.
can't.
Give me Geno. I'm joking.
Well, Geno Smith did have one of the most efficient passing seasons in NFL history.
He did.
Jalen Hurts can't say he did that.
I'm just looking at stats right now, like comparing to see everything, and it's bad. I have 2 stats in is 20 seconds. He's 22nd in completion rate and 22nd is in yards per pass attempt.
Okay, let's see. Hold on. I wonder if this is on here.
If you go yards per game, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
Listen, I don't know if you guys know the KTA pod, right? It won't let me fucking whore.
Like I know my list counts like they count backups and stuff because that's ESPN, they count backups and whatever. But Jalen Hurts is 25th in yards per game. That's
crazy because he's got talent around him.
Yeah, literally, Geno Smith, Aaron Rodgers, Joe Flacco, Tyler Shields, Baker Mayfield, Michael Penix, CJ Stroud, Burrow, Love, Allen Herbert, Bolden's, Lawrence, Nix, Daniel Jones, Brissett, Darnold, Wentz, Birdie, Mahomes, May, Goff, Stafford, Prescott.
Like, if KTA Pod can name 40 quarterbacks better than Jalen Hurts, like, we definitely could have done it. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
We definitely could have. But off the top of the head, I know it's obviously hard to do so. But
I mean, I think we can do like 15, 20 easy.
I wonder, can I share a tab on here instead of...
Yeah, you can.
Instead of
You can.
a window? Well, this might echo. You guys are going to hate me. This might echo. It might. It just might echo.
Don't end the live video.
It's fine. It's on Instagram. There's only one person watching. It's fine.
Yeah.
Look, okay. Let's just... I swear to God, I saw this video on this podcast. Shout out KTA Pod, by the way. KTA Pod's fire. I swear they did a video I can name however many better than Jalen Hurts. And I need to find it. I need to find it. Is this it right here?
Lamar. Okay. Okay, all right. It's not. Yeah. Give me Hurts in the first half, give me Baker in the second. No. That top comment is crazy.
Yeah.
That top comment is crazy.
What?
Well, it's like I can't classify by games played. I mean, yeah, Jalen Hurts has completed the 18th most passes this year. Like,
What? This isn't even the video I was looking for, chat.
They didn't go 14-3 because of Hurts. What?
Bro, this nigga just said Doug Peterson was a shit coach, but didn't Doug Peterson win a Super Bowl? What are we doing, chat? What are we doing, chat?
No, his most successful season with the Eagles was in 2017 when he won Super Bowl Lyylii.
What are we doing? Now all of a sudden, Doug Peterson's a shit coach. Do you see the type of excuses people make for this guy? This is crazy. Listen, I'm not so willing to say he's bottom 10. But we just rattled off what, 15 names, 16 names?
Easy, yeah. I'll go bottom half. I'll easily go bottom half. Like bottom 15.
Like bottom 10 is strong, but he's closer to bottom 10 than he is closer to top 10.
Yep. I have him probably like at like 17 or 18.
Like, okay, if we go, let's see, NFL passing leaders.
Oh, I got a bit in my face. I have them right there. That's why I've been taking things on.
All right, chat. This is where it's going to get ugly. I'm just keeping it a stack. This is where it's going to get ugly. And you guys might not agree, but I don't give a fuck because you don't watch film. I watch film. I watch Redzone and I watch film. So I'll just tell you straight up, I don't give a shit where Jalen Hurts is on this fucking list.
That's what I was on, yeah.
Listen, if I'm going to be so real with you, and I'm going to be straight honest with you, give me Dak Prescott, give me Matthew Stafford, give me Jared Goff, Drake May, Darnold, Nix, Lawrence, Caleb, Herbert, Allen, Mahomes, Mayfield, Love. Give me Cam Ward. Daniel Jones. Give me Daniel Jones. Give me Aaron Rodgers. Give me Geno Smith. Give me CJ Stroud. Bryce Young. Tua. Sorry, Joe Flacco. No, I can't.
That would be
Lamar.
That would be,
give me Lamar.
With Lamar, that would be 20. If I counted right.
Shit. Give me Tyler Shook.
That would be 21.
Give me Brock Purdy. Give me Jackson Dart.
Those guys are low. Even Burrow. Like,
give me Joe Burrow.
Those guys are low because they got injured. That's literally it.
Give me Kirk Cousins. Give me Jaden Daniels.
Jake Browning.
No, that's not. That's not.
I'm not going that far. But I mean, that's what?
That was easily 20. If it go like Prescott, Stafford, Goff, May, Donald, that's 5. Knicks.
He might be bottom 10.
Knicks, T-Law, Caleb, Justin Herbert, Allen, that's 10. Mahomes, Mayfield, Hurts. No, not Hurts. Mahomes, Mayfield, Love, Cam Ward, Daniel, that's 15. He said Rodgers, Stroud, Bryce Young, 2-1 Lamar, that's 20.
You know what?
And that's without Purdy, and that's without Burrow as well.
At this point, bro, he might be. And I called people crazy for saying this, and I'm sorry. I apologize because this might actually be the truth. It might. And at this point, this poses this question before we get out of here. Will Kevin Patullo be the Eagles' downfall, or will it be Jalen Hurts?
Both.
It's got to be one. It's got to be one of the other.
Oh.
It's got to be one of the other guys.
Hurts. Patullo is the one that called the plays. Hurts is the one that's like doing them. If he's not doing them right, that is his fault. Like, Patullo's not going to go on the field like, oh, hey, let me do this play. Like, no, it's all Hurts. If it's not done right, that's his fault.
I would say Hurts.
I'm literally saying Hurts.
I mean,
like, it wasn't the last 2 games he hasn't completed a pass in the second half. Like, that's bad. In the last 2 games, doesn't have a completed pass in the second half.
I'll be honest, it's going to be Jalen Hurts too. I agree. I just don't see it any other way. I don't. And I think he was a product of having Saquon Barkley and an amazing defense last year.
Literally. They didn't go 14-2 because of Hurts. They went 14-2 because of the defense at Barkley.
The stats are saying he's better this year, but he's throwing the ball this year more than he was last year. Saquon Barkley has 1,000 less yards this year than he did last year. That should tell you everything you need to know. Saquon Barkley had 2,000 yards last year. He has like 1,100 this year. That should tell you almost anything you need to know at this point.
Hurts is 20th in QB quarterback rating. 20th.
And mind you, Hurts is also down like 200 rushing yards this year. It's bad.
Let me check. Rush.
He's down like 200.
Yep. Yeah, he's actually 209 to be exact. And it has 45 less carries. But still.
He thinks he's somebody he's not. But for the most part, man, the NFL has been awesome. It's been amazing. But real quick before we get out of here, man, just to close, we need to talk about this Bears 49ers game real quick. We didn't talk too much about it. I know Tyler, Mr. Bears Wire, is here. We got to talk to him about this game. Tyler, how did you feel overall about this Bears game? And, you know, do you feel concerned going into the playoffs, or are you okay with losing to the 49ers in a close game?
I'm going to be honest. I was not that upset that we lost this game because I was really happy with what our offense showed in this one, especially for us to not have a Dunze and for DJ Moore and Cole Kmet to both pretty much be non-factors throughout the whole game. And for us to still score 38 points is crazy. I think that just shows how good Caleb is and how much he leads offense down the field. I know you guys watch a game. Luther Burden is a stud. He's a rookie. He's a stud. He's breaking out finally. He's emerging. I cannot wait to see what the future looks like for him. Colston Loveland is he's our future tight end for sure.
For sure.
So our offense I'm not worried about. Caleb, Amari, you and I talked about in Discord a couple days ago after the game. Caleb, he did miss a couple throws. He missed one to Duvernay, which probably would have resulted in the touchdown. He missed one to somebody else. I don't remember who, but the one to Duvernay was a key one that he missed. But so he still has some things to work on, of course. But it's the defense, dude. It's the defense. Like, me and you should see all the Bears fans too. Like, that's the one thing we're worried about is this defense because we're letting anybody run on us. Like, I know it's CMC, so I'm okay with letting CMC do his thing because at some point you just have to accept that that's going to happen. But they didn't have Kittle, right? So I kind of expected this. I expected that to be a break. We let Tunges go for 7 catches for 60 yards and a touchdown.
Right.
So it's like,
It's
and not that he's a bum or anything, but it's just like at some point you have to be able to stop somebody.
It's not like
You know what I mean?
It's not like Tunges has been bad either when in replacement of Kittle. He has been pretty good.
Right, for sure. And then I don't know if you guys seen Jawan Jennings. He came out. He kind of dissed the team before the second. He kind of dissed our secondary before the game. I don't know if you guys seen that. I thought maybe that would fire him up. They let him go for a 30-yard touchdown or 38-yard receiving touchdown to close the game. So
that was literally most of his receiving yards. So yeah, it's 42.
Yeah.
So I will say one thing. I don't even know how to find this play, but Ben, if you could put me on screen here.
Yep.
This guy is ridiculous, dude. There was this one fucking play I saw. Me and Ben were going crazy. I can't even remember, Ben, was it the fourth quarter when he made this play?
Which play are you talking about?
He broke a nigga's ankle like twice.
I know what you're talking about.
It was the fourth quarter.
I hope this is the one because I feel like this might be the one.
I think it is. I think that's right. Yeah.
But
right. I think it probably is.
This kid is crazy.
Yeah, definitely. That's the one.
He's so good.
This kid he's legit. And I know, he's battled some injuries and target problems this year just due to the mouths to feed. But this play right here, as a Chicago Bears fan, you got to be excited. You got to be excited. I mean, this kid is...
It literally broke that man's ankles. No, not literally, but...
Two times. And not to mention, he's just catching clutch passes all game. I mean, look at the amount of receptions he's had in this game. He had this deep middle touchdown pass. Beautiful, by the way, beautiful pass by Caleb Williams. I mean, this pass is just fucking unreal. Boom. Right over the top. Bow. Great hands by Burden and good way to stack the DB on that route. If you guys don't know what that is, gets in front of him, and Caleb Williams does a great job of just hanging in there and laying it on him. Beautiful ball, amazing catch.
Something Jalen Hurts wouldn't do.
Yeah, something Jalen Hurts could never do.
Never.
And just for the most part, like, he's been awesome. Love the Burden's been awesome. Shout out to the Bears. You feel me? So, yeah, guys. I mean, thank you guys for sticking
I want
with
to
us
go
for
back
3
on one
hours.
thing. I want to go back
What's
on
up?
one thing.
Talk to me.
Tyler, you said that Loveland was like no really factor in this game. Did I heard that right?
No. I said
Okay.
DJ and Komet.
Yeah, sorry. I misread. My bad.
If I said love, then my bad. No, he was not. He had like 94 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
No,
That's why I was like, did you say Loveland?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
He's our future tight end.
DJ got
DJ
one.
Moore was a good second option. Like, I felt like he wasn't like too imposing like Burden was, but when his number was called upon, he did what a veteran should do.
He had one catch.
I think he only had one catch in this one.
He did, but he blocked.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
made, you know what I mean?
Okay,
Like,
that way. Okay, yeah, makes sense.
you gotta remember, like, that's part of being a receiver too. You gotta block.
Yeah.
He
And-
was sick too, so
Yeah,
he almost didn't even play.
exactly. And I feel like, when his number was called upon to make plays that don't show up on the stat sheet, they were there. And he was also actually a decent amount open throughout this game. If you really were watching the game, like, he was actually open a decent amount, but it just wasn't his game to get the ball.
Yeah.
I wish they probably could have hit him a couple times more.
He
But
had 4 targets.
DJ Moore is yeah, exactly. And I think if he were to stand to get 6 or 7, the Bears might have won this game. But, I like what you said too. Like, I don't think there's too much of a concern either. But, for my Chiefs, we're tanking next week. We got to tank for that number 8 spot in the draft. Ben's got to try and make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Tyler, you're already in, but there's a big game next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, thank you guys for tuning in for Bay State Media with us again. We'll see you guys after New Year's. Happy New Year's
Happy
to
New Year,
every
yeah.
single person that has sat here and watched us. And thank you guys for tuning in, man. It's been awesome. Thank you guys for all the love on Instagram. There was a lot of people. There was like 20 plus. I mean, throughout that point until I stopped it, there was like 30 plus, to be honest with you. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for always supporting us. YouTube, Twitch, you guys have been awesome. We can't wait to see you guys in the new year and a website up, and you guys will be able to come interact with us more. You guys will be able to see the wide variety of sports. I got my own solo show coming out, so you guys will be able to get one-on-one Bears shows with Tyler, one-on-one Canadian shows with Ben. You get one-on-one Boston shows with Nero. So we're trying to expand the horizons to give you guys more content. So thank you guys for tuning in, man. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the flip side. Shout out Ben. Shout out Tyler. Shout out Bears Wire. If you guys want to go follow them both on Instagram, whether it's hockey or football, even basketball, they both like basketball a little bit. Ben's a Raptors fan. Tyler's a Bulls fan. You got at Bears.wire, at No Sleep Tyler, and then you got at B.DODXY on Instagram. Go follow the boys and make sure you go follow at the Bay State Media. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. And we will see you on the flip side.
In 2026.
Happy New Year, everybody.